I heard ice and everything.
Yo, what's happening, everybody? This is the Blaquer the Berry. We live at the Vibe, High Vibe Media Marketing Group. And we got a special guest in the house, but we're going to make him wait.
Oh, that's fine.
Why?
I'm good. I've been waiting all my life. So
whatever. That's the character at the other end. You just took us off. There we go. That's the character at the other end over there, y'all.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes.
So this is your girl, Lotus J, and we got G Money in
What
the
up?
house. What's
What
happening, G? What's up? What's happening, Queen Solar?
Peace.
Hey, Queen.
Not much.
She got her queen shirt on, G. She trying to let us know.
We already
The queen
know.
is in the building.
You know, what can I say?
And the special guest for the evening is the one, the only,
She probably forgot.
Whatever.
Germain Trotter, the boss.
The boss. I don't think I'm a special guest. I don't feel so special right now.
You don't feel special? What you feeling
I mean,
like?
you gotta-
I should be a guest. I'm
You
family.
will in a little bit.
I think I'm family. I think I ought to be family instead of a
I'm
special
like,
guest, right?
you got a cup. I mean, you got
Yeah.
some water.
He looking just like everybody else at
That's
this
what I'm
table.
Don't make me no special guest today.
We the
Right.
special guest. Look how you dressed.
Right. We special.
We visiting. Like,
Right. Because you look
Hey,
like
my
you
mama-
supposed to be here.
Mama told me when you go to somebody's house, make sure you look good.
They say you look
Well,
good.
you
Your
looking
mama
good
told
at
you
somebody
right.
else's house.
And ring the doorbell with your elbow. 'Cause that means you're gonna have some in your hand.
Or something.
You got to come bearing gifts.
Yeah.
You didn't bring me
Yeah.
nothing.
That's the
That's my
African
water
way.
right there.
Well,
I want the hat. What you want, G? What you want, Solar?
I didn't bring gifts.
Yeah, I don't see but one hat. How we gonna
I'm
split it?
sorry. What's in that glasses case? What's in there? Just a case?
Yeah. It's nothing.
I'll take them glasses.
Oh, you can have them. You can have them.
They are kind of slick, though. I do
They
kinda
for the
like
vision.
glasses a little bit.
Help us to see.
can't
Open
see.
our eyes to some things.
Can't see.
Uh-huh.
All right, y'all. We talking politics tonight, so we had to bring somebody who know a little bit of something about the topic because he's borderline obsessed with politics.
Okay.
So that's what we talking about tonight. But what's going on? What happened over the weekend, y'all? Solar,
Yes.
what'd you do over the weekend? You know this question is coming every
You know,
Tuesday.
I know, and I was thinking, but I can't think that fast. I must have had a fabulous weekend. What did I do?
Fabulous. Okay.
It must have been because I forget every weekend. You know, so much stuff be happening.
It just be so much going on.
Yes, y'all always choose me first. I need time to let my
Because
mind.
I already know what he be doing over the
We
weekend.
was together. So we good on this.
I know what he do. He know what I do.
So what did y'all do over the weekend?
Child, what you do over the weekend?
You know what? Actually, Friday, Cinco de Mayo. So Friday night, I went out and
You
celebrated
better-
a little bit.
you-
And did a little. I jumped around a little bit.
Why you celebrate? Why do black people celebrate Cinco de Mayo?
Hey, we
Is
celebrate.
it just
hey,
an excuse?
To be
We celebrate the
cultured.
4th of July. We celebrate.
No, we
Labor Day.
don't.
Y'all celebrate Juneteenth.
I put it like this.
We use it as an excuse to celebrate.
I ain't celebrating no other holiday that don't get me no day off or nothing.
It just ain't even no.
If it ain't
holiday.
ours
Then it don't
and I
make no
ain't getting
difference.
off, it ain't no holiday.
No, other day.
People like you ain't got no Cinco de Mayo specials.
For what?
No.
Well, let me
Oh,
tell
what?
you.
Y'all didn't have no Cinco de Mayo specials going on?
Oh, what?
Oh,
Let me
okay.
tell you about Cinco de Mayo.
I mean, I ain't got nothing against it, but
Oh, here we go.
I just found out myself because I didn't know
Uh-huh.
that Cinco de Mayo is like an American-made holiday.
Oh, really?
Like that's not Mexicans don't even celebrate.
Well, they do now.
Yeah.
'Cause-
Well,
but
not-
just the ones here in America is what you saying?
Yeah, like they really don't celebrate that. They celebrate a day in September. I forgot the date. It was like September the 23rd or something.
Yeah,
When
like
they-
we celebrate Juneteenth, but that's not the day that.
I don't know why. No, yeah,
You know,
y'all
that's a-
celebrate Juneteenth.
Well,
it's
Well-
actually national now.
Really?
Yeah.
what is?
Juneteenth.
Is it?
Yeah, they do it everywhere now.
Oh yeah, because it's really just
Because
pertaining
it's
to Texas.
it's just like people from New Orleans. You know how they bring out their customs here.
right.
Mm-hmm.
People from Texas have taken Juneteenth.
Right.
What are their what is Texas custom though that they would take somewhere else?
Juneteenth.
Juneteenth.
No, what though? Like what does that? Okay, I know what it
Juneteenth
means.
was when Texas
Found out.
Yeah.
that they were free.
I don't know if that's a good
Everybody
reason to
else
celebrate.
2 years
Oh, it is.
later.
Everybody else got celebrated.
2
They
years
just
later.
They
celebrated 2 years earlier.
I would have been pissed.
Right.
Me too.
I'd have been pissed for a minute. Then I'd been like,
Well, we
I ain't gotta
still
wake
free.
up in the morning.
We still free.
Yeah, we free.
Yeah.
Nah, I'd be like, where my
I'm
money
sleep in
at?
in the morning.
Right.
Your butt go get up.
Where my 2 years worth of pay at?
Yeah, right.
Hey, where was your other 100 years worth of pay? What you
Exactly.
talking about? 2 years worth of pay.
But I do feel like there is something to. Well,
I just don't. This is what I don't. It don't bother me that people celebrate.
what you?
But
about
when you don't
Juneteenth?
celebrate your own stuff, like
Oh, it works. It works. It works. Go
like
ahead.
some people
All right, look.
don't celebrate Kwanzaa or an African holiday, but
But
they'll
we'll
go celebrate
celebrate-
St. Patrick's Day.
Exactly.
I'm like, huh?
Right. Y'all won't come into Brick House with no dashikis on or red, black, and green.
But show up in.
in green.
And start pinching people.
Yes. or like this past week. Sorry if you listening, but I'm really not. But yeah. But he come in with a big old Cinco de Mayo hat. I was like, where was your dashiki at in February?
Right.
I ain't for real. He had a hat of sombrero, took up the whole table.
That's us though.
Yeah.
Well, it's an excuse to party. We use any excuse.
Yeah,
That's
we
what
do.
it is.
But
So-
celebrate your own stuff. I ain't talking you. I'm
Well,
just saying.
maybe
Right.
maybe because like black holidays are always so serious. Like, how do you party? Like,
We'll show you.
What
Celebrate.
are you talking about?
Celebrate
We'll show you.
What-
Nat Turner. You know, it's like
Oh.
they're so serious. Everything is a fight and just it's serious.
Juneteenth ain't serious.
Well, except for
That's a
Juneteenth.
party.
Well, Kwanzaa is a party. It's a
We'll show you.
seven,
We'll show you
I think-
African
7
party.
week. Yeah, we
On
got
her
an African
birthday.
party
7 days.
coming
We'll
up.
show you.
Oh, we can't wait.
I think
I'm there.
I think it's because we already know why because everything has been fed to us for so long. So the majority of us have been fed these holidays.
Right.
So when you get to Kwanzaa,
just follow suit.
when you start crossing over and you start getting your visual on as far as your culture, then those of us who know about it, we celebrate.
Then we celebrate it.
Right, but a lot of us, the majority of us,
Just
we don't embrace it because we
Ain't nobody feeding it to us because it's not mainstream,
I agree.
and not only don't embrace it, look down on it.
which is
Right.
so
Yeah.
crazy to me.
Yeah.
Kwanzaa,
I don't
Kwanzaa.
celebrate no They act
Why
like
not?
it's the devil.
Or like it's a competition with Christmas,
And it's
and
not.
it's not.
Just like
Right.
It's right after Christmas.
yes,
Hanukkah,
yes.
Christmas, Kwanzaa.
all of that the same
Right.
month. It's just time of. Okay, so yeah,
That's a
All
whole
right.
nother show.
That's
right?
our rant.
Show
Yes, it
is.
is.
That's our 2-minute rant.
Yes, it is. Okay, so what else was going on? What else you do over the weekend, Trot?
Friday. I did the Cinco de Mayo thing, and I wouldn't say I fully celebrated that, but I got out.
He taking it back now, y'all.
But
We didn't chop it up.
When I was Saturday, I went to the casino, so
Did you win some money?
I won a little bit.
Good.
I lost half of it back, but I won a little bit.
But you came.
But I'm not a big gambler, so.
But you came up
Right.
though.
That's good.
That's all that really mattered to
As long
me.
as you
Yeah,
left
you
with
know.
more than you came with.
Oh yeah.
That's all that matters. Well, that ain't all that matter, but that's important.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it
You know.
is. You didn't spend the rent money.
Nah,
Oh, no.
it was on there a little bit. I only won like $150.
What'd you play?
Slots?
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I would have played.
They don't have crap tables down there. So.
they got the digital. Don't
Uh-huh.
they? No, they had a digital.
Where did you go?
To Oklahoma.
That's
That
Windstar,
was-
right?
Yeah, Windstar. Saturday.
They'll
night.
call it Lose
And-
Star.
but I'm not a big gambler. But I go for the atmosphere most of the time, and I just kind of
The
watch.
atmosphere is just
Man, that Joker
straight
is
smoke.
huge.
It is.
It is. It's
It
like
is
a
huge.
city.
I was trying to see how big it was, and I was like, no, I'm gonna go back
You just
and turn
keep
around.
walking and keep
Yeah,
walking.
it's
Yeah.
huge. It's the I think I want to say largest or
I think
second
it is.
largest in the world.
Yeah.
Is it? Is
It's-
that
it's-
Oklahoma?
Casino.
I think the one in there's another big one up in Connecticut that's maybe the largest. I think Windstar might.
But
have
you would really think it would be Vegas.
But Vegas has so many.
So many of
Yeah.
them, like the whole city.
Kind of
is
like
like,
Shreveport.
Yeah.
Shreveport the same thing because
Yeah.
you wouldn't think that it would be so bigger than Shreveport, but Shreveport has a few of them, quite a few.
Shreveport
Oh,
got
it's
the
the
boats, you know
largest
those
land casino.
Okay,
like
yeah.
Shreveport, all
It's
of
a
those
boat.
on water. 'cause-
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. There's another one too, huh? Biloxi is
Biloxi,
on water.
That's
Yeah.
Biloxi.
They got a casino too.
I went to a casino in Detroit.
Oh,
one
really?
time. Mm-hmm. It was interesting. It wasn't a lot of people.
There's
I
a
don't
lot
know.
of them up in Milwaukee.
Wow.
Well, not Milwaukee, but in that area because it's a lot
The
of.
Native Indians got them sold up down in Oklahoma.
Oh, everywhere actually. Louisiana, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Natives own all of that?
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, so what's popping this weekend? Okay, so let me see.
What y'all do this weekend? I mean, I
Work.
know.
Yeah,
I know what y'all did this
word.
weekend.
Well,
So-
we did-
Lotus went to an event
we
Saturday.
did have some special stuff going on. So What I do Saturday?
You went to the event.
Stephane's.
The You Are What You Eat event.
Yeah,
Oh.
so we had Stephane, who she works with us there at Brick House, and she does these really good events, and a lot of them are based on health. So
Right.
she did an event this weekend called "You Are What You Eat," and just talking about the importance of paying attention to what you put in your body, and
Oh, yeah.
on purpose, living healthy. So I'm on my little healthy track. I
Okay.
can't wait. I'm getting there. It's
Nice.
gonna take me a minute, but I'm on my way.
That's all right. You
Try to
doing
watch
good.
what I'm
You're
eating.
doing good already by saying no to the food that I brought. You know?
Just eliminating
I'm
meat
just saying.
alone is gonna make you feel
Oh
like
yeah, definitely.
like you
Yeah.
can fly.
Yeah,
It's
it
been
does.
about-
I was a vegetarian for 3 months. I never felt so good.
It's
Really?
been about 5 weeks for me now.
Never.
Good.
I watched a meat processing video. Like my brother had kept saying, "Man, watch this video. You gonna give up meat?" I'm like, "Man, I ain't gonna never give up meat. You crazy?"
And you saw
They
that.
said,
it was
"Bro,
like,
just watch the video."
Yeah.
I ain't watching no video.
After the video, I cleaned my refrigerator.
Nah.
You ain't want no
Don't
more
ever-
meat.
And they tell you don't even let kids watch it. It's so bad. They give you the health benefits, the first part, and then when they get ready to go into the process, and they
Yeah.
say, if you got any kids in the room, please remove them.
Really?
Yes.
For food?
Yes.
Well,
Because they show you how they kill the
I believe
pigs and
Yeah.
chickens and beef, the cows. And
I remember. Well, you grew up on a farm, didn't you?
right. I grew up in the country, so we did all that. And but you know
I
what?
did too. We had that too.
You know what I found, and I think I was telling you that, Lotus. What I found astonishing is my grandfather. Most of the people who grew up in the country, a lot of those people live longer than everybody
Live
else.
long.
Yeah.
But I think it's a balance out there because we ate the hog, we ate the cows, we grew it, we ate what we grew. Yeah, it was. But we slaughtered our own hogs. But
We did too.
my grandfather ate pork till the day he died.
That is
Mine
the
too.
worst
And
smell
My
in
daddy would-
the
I'm
world.
80.
But
Mama
what
was
he-
88.
Yeah.
Eating nothing but pork. that
But
whole
what
life.
he said
Yeah.
was it was
So-
a balance.
Right.
That's the key thing. So
Yeah, I think 'cause
they're
they had
not-
that garden. You had the garden too. You had the big
The fruit.
10-acre garden.
Did y'all eat pork every day? Like, did you slaughter a pig? Like,
No, we wasn't slaughtered every day.
time?
We had chicken. We had fish.
Yeah,
we
so
had.
It was in moderation because some people eat
right.
pork
We had
every day
deer, squirrel.
or meat.
My dad,
Yeah.
whatever animal
You could-
that wasn't a dog or cat, my dad
Right.
was shooting with
Exactly.
it.
Yeah, that's
Squirrel, rabbit, all that.
That's
The first time I saw that, like
Uh-huh.
I was old enough to witness when we used to go and feed them.
How-
But when we
Oh, yeah.
first did it ourselves at the house, I was
Uh-huh.
like, I'm not eating that.
Ooh.
I'm not eating that no more.
I don't think I will ever get over or ever forget the smell.
of a hog.
Oh my God, it's horrible.
I don't
Well,
know.
you need to-
Like-
Especially when they kill it and you can smell the blood and all. It's so gross.
Well, you need to see what they eat. Because we slopped hogs. We had slop buckets and slop barrels.
We did. You know what we did, man?
Just the sound of that sounds
We
so
did.
disgusting.
My daddy only did corn and lye water. That's lye is acid.
That's what y'all fed the hog.
That's it.
Yeah,
So that's how y'all was
They were
taking it.
clean. I mean,
Yeah. Now,
as clean as they could be.
growing up and as we got older, our grandfather, we went to that corn and just
Yeah.
and
So they eat
water
anything.
brook. But yeah, hogs eat anything for real.
They eat a rat.
Yeah, hogs eat anything.
Oh my God. And then
Snake.
y'all will eat that.
Sound like a dog.
And
I
you'll
had.
eat that.
Well, we did
You still do, don't you?
every now and then.
Gross.
Yeah.
What kind of meat is what do you buy in a store that's hog?
Ham hocks,
Everything.
Earl
bacon.
Campbell, you eat Earl Campbell
Bacon,
Sausage.
bacon, pork chop, bologna,
Yeah. So any
summer
kind of
sausage.
So
potato,
really a pig
spam.
is a smaller hog, huh? Is it
That's
the
what I'm
same
saying.
thing?
Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah.
A pig and a hog is just a
Pig is-
different name.
pig is-
No, I know it's a difference in the breed, though, isn't it?
They're
Pig is
still
small.
pigs. They're still swine. It's still.
Well, I know it's swine, but it's a different breed.
Yeah,
right?
it is because you have like a
I don't
Pigs.
know.
a
Pig-
boar. You
no.
have a boar, right? With the
Boar is
horns.
a wild hog, but a pig is a small version of a hog. It's
Yeah.
a small hog. So that's what they refer to pig.
Like a dog and a puppy.
But like I said, in the country, I think it was more balanced because in the country where we grew up, we had cornfield, we had a row of corn, we had the vegetables, so we had all that going on fresh, straight out the garden.
Greens and cucumbers.
Then we had the fruit vines and we had the fruit trees, so we ate
Healthy.
pretty much
Now,
healthy.
did y'all have
So we
moonshine?
probably had about 80. I have something what I call an 80-20.
That's better than McDonald's. All the stuff you talking about
Yeah.
better than McDonald's.
Yeah, we had moonshine. I didn't have moonshine, but I'm
You know
saying
what
we
I
had
want?
all that out there.
I
Yeah.
want us to have fried green tomatoes.
You know what? I wouldn't mind
I
having
bet-
some of those myself. They're pretty good,
I
actually.
love. No, I mean, I want them on the menu, but I think it's hard because it's so hard to find them. Me and Trout went somewhere.
Gus's fried chicken.
Yes, but we
down
ain't
in
giving
Fort
them.
Worth.
They ain't paid us for no advertising.
Okay.
Y'all didn't hear that.
But we did, and them fried green tomatoes about a month ago, and I've been craving them fried green tomatoes ever since.
You
we
know
went
they
there.
sell that in the new stores that's popping up now? Well, not fried, but the green tomatoes. They're small.
Like what stores?
Can I say it?
Yeah, I was just playing.
They
I was
didn't.
being
They didn't
extra.
pay for advertisement.
I was just being extra.
But Winco, they
Oh,
sell
really?
those.
What
Yeah.
kind of store is that? Is that like a?
It's like a
grocery
Costco,
store.
isn't it?
It's a what?
It's
It's
like
just-
a Sam's or something.
It is.
No,
But I
it's
see a
not.
lot
It's
of
not-
people checking in the
it's
window.
not bulk.
It's
on
not
Facebook.
No,
It's not bulk.
But well, they sell certain stuff in bulk, like peanuts, nuts and candy and stuff like that. Rice,
Damn, that's all.
like rice.
Get peanuts and candy.
But like
Give me a case of peanuts.
But it's not. It's
So
not,
do
it's not
you
like.
go in and scoop them?
Yeah, you go
gotta
and scoop them.
Really?
Yeah, like they have that little section. I mean, it
For
may be
those
like
general stores.
oatmeal or
Uh-huh.
something.
But I do that at the grocery store.
Well, but it's not like a Sam's. It's more like a off-brand, like a great value version of Walmart, without the clothes. Without the other stuff.
Gotcha.
All right, so what else was going on over this weekend? So that was a event.
That ain't enough.
yeah,
It's
that was
8:30.
good,
Is that
though.
enough?
Dang.
Well,
I'm saying, is that enough?
what happened at the establishment this weekend? What happened?
Brick House.
Yeah, what happened? In
Same thing happen every weekend.
She did the event.
I was tired.
What
The
kind of
dating
event?
event.
Well, we didn't do the dating game last week.
We did a singing contest.
On Thursday.
Oh,
We
yeah.
had a-
I
we had a
told
singing
them
contest
about the
Thursday.
singing contest. I know why we don't get a lot of consistent singers,
Why?
because
ain't
it was
no-
originally supposed to be top 3, move on, then the next top 3, and then those 6 battle. But when you got one winner, a lot of singers won't come because it's like it's only one winner, and
So they feel like they really ain't. If it's too many people,
and
they
then
don't
it's
really
crowd
have no-
participation. So the
they
best
don't bring a
singer
lot of
don't
people.
always win.
Right.
And then most singers, you tell most singers it's top 3, they coming. Like
Mm-hmm.
nobody think they can't be in the top 3.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's 3
But if you
out of
say
the
one,
million.
it's embarrassing, like to lose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's 10 of y'all and only one.
Yeah.
You got
So
9 people disappointed.
Is it based off crowd participation?
Yes.
So the one who's least
The one
talented
who brings the most people could
could win.
and can't sing.
Right.
Can't sing.
And a lot of them are
Oh.
afraid of that. But next time we do it, we're gonna do a top 3. Everybody think they can be in the top 3.
So what is the top 3? How do you choose the top 3?
It's still gonna be crowd
you can do
participation,
crowd
right?
participation, but every singer I know thinks they can be in the top 3.
Right.
But not all of them think they can win it.
Right. I don't know. Maybe doing something
So
like
next time that's what we're gonna do.
Zion was in it last week. Well, 2 weeks ago. You gonna do it again? Cause I don't care. I was still proud of you.
She said you put him on blast.
He should what they should do is like
Have different
feature.
categories.
No, they should feature them because they're not singers.
Oh,
Like they should
like
say
different artists.
let him open,
Yeah,
and that way ain't no pressure on him. He can just come and do his
and
thing.
do his
Clothes.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to come check that out. That sounds,
Yeah.
that sounds
Are
pretty
you
interesting.
gonna sing? Are you gonna sing?
I mean, if he got, I'm gonna have to bring a crowd with me if I do. So I gotta make sure.
Solar, he ain't coming, let alone sing.
Oh,
Yeah, he's not coming. Period.
Sound like somebody who know you.
You know what?
Oops.
I'm gonna shock the world.
Yeah, you go
sorry.
shock the world.
Take a picture and post
He ain't
it.
coming.
I'm coming. I'm gonna come check it out.
I'm gonna take a picture right now
But I don't know. Because
and pull
Darren
it
just
up when I
said,
get to Brick Out. That's how he gonna be there.
yeah, I want to see the talent. I want to see what kind of talent we got coming in.
It was cool though. It's
I'm
last
telling
week
you,
was
once you
good.
say one winner, that keeps a lot of people from coming.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, okay, that was last weekend. This weekend I think we're just doing just a regular weekend. Who we got performing?
We got Soulful Sounds, and then we got the Kenya Seek back.
Can you see we'll be back in the building on Saturday? She coming Saturday?
New Queen of Soul back.
All right.
She had a live band.
Yeah,
Ion.
she bad.
She out of Dallas.
Fort Worth.
Oh, she out of
Yeah,
Fort Worth.
she was out of
okay.
Fort Worth. Yeah.
Really? Oh, yeah.
You probably
Homegirl.
know her. She was a Dunbar, I think.
Tennessee. Okay.
Kenya.
See? Okay.
Yeah,
I'm about to Google.
she pretty
big-
fly.
With
I'm
the
gonna
big
have to Google
afro.
her.
She gonna bring the show.
I got
She
you.
gonna entertain you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, she's pretty
He ain't
good.
coming, so he ain't gonna be.
No,
So he ain't coming Thursday.
You know what?
Saturday.
I'm gonna tell you this right here. I'm gonna tell you this. And I don't know if Daryl remember seeing me, but I came
I do.
that weekend.
The one weekend I wasn't
That
there.
you went there, she wasn't there. I came.
I remember.
I was there.
Well, how long ago was that? 2 years
About a
ago?
month ago. About 2 months ago.
No, I can't.
We never know.
That was when I
See,
was
we
with
never
Tom.
know when Lotus is coming.
That's a lie.
Oh,
That's not
Lotus
true.
doesn't. See, people don't. She don't work nights
Oh,
on
really?
weekends. No.
Oh, let us.
So she may come back. Or she may
I am
come. She may
always
not.
there.
What? Okay.
Always.
Lotus always told me she was gonna be there on the weekend.
I'm always
But she don't
there.
have to be,
But if
so
you
she
text
may not
her-
be.
If you text her, she'll be sure to be.
She'll
there.
wake up and call you back later.
No, she won't. She'll be like, "Oh, you're coming. I'll be
You up
there? I'll be there in an hour."
I'm
She'll-
on my way.
Yeah.
Stay there.
Yeah, she'll come.
No, I was kicking it with Solar that weekend.
I say this though.
Kicking it too.
I say when you say Brick House Mobile, she is Brick House Mobile because every meeting we went to, Brick House.
Thanks for saying that, man.
She was on there.
Now you believe I'll be answering.
Answer the phone.
He be
And the
picking
phone,
out.
is the phone working?
It's transferred to me now.
Okay, cool.
Thanks, G.
So I was like, all right.
OG. All right, so that's what we got going on this weekend. We do have some good shows coming up. We have a new show that started last week that I really love. Is it called Coach's Corner?
Coach's Corner.
Coaches.
That's
I
a
saw
club,
that.
ain't
I
it?
saw it on YouTube.
Yeah. Huh?
That's a club, ain't it?
Used to
It
be.
used to be.
Used to be.
Oh, okay. They shut that down.
Just recently. Like,
Yeah,
within
it's
the
been a
last
long
6
time
months.
since you've been out.
They'll pop
They
up
had
somewhere
one.
else.
Yeah.
So we the only one now.
But it was good, though. It was good.
You on it?
Yeah. He and
That's not your show, is it?
he is on 2 shows.
That that's another show, another sports show.
So what is Coach's Corner about?
Yeah.
Sports.
Top.
It's not. It's not sports.
Where your mic?
It's not a sports show.
One of the court needs to be replaced.
B, it ain't a
I'll
sports
let you
show.
use mine.
No, the Coach's Corner isn't a sports show. The Coach's Corner is really just two black men having a conversation.
About what?
So
That sounds like
And
it
we
ought to be
talking
called
about-
Shuck and Jive.
But we just having a conversation. We just talking current.
Where the term coach come
Well,
from?
the primary host is Coach Moore.
Oh, I got
He's
it.
actually a coach. He used to be at Madison, so he is a coach.
Oh, really?
So it's kind of like his corner. I'm
I wonder when he coached
yeah,
at
I'm
Madison.
just there.
We used to
What?
play. We used to go over there, and we used to play Madison back in the
Who
day.
your boys?
No, we did in high school, Hutch.
So,
Well, he probably
And we would like be scared to win.
he probably like 10 years. About
We
15
win the
years younger
game,
than you.
like,
You kind of
You're
old.
gonna lose the fight.
When we come back out, we gotta ride like we were in the South. In Mississippi going out of there. Man, they used to rock our bus like, man, please.
What position did you play?
Point guard.
What position did you play, V?
I was too good.
2? What does that mean?
What's
2
a
guard.
two guard?
It's two guards, and then your point is
Shooting
one-
guard?
Yeah.
Oh. Zai, what position did you play? You played point, didn't you?
I played point guard and shooting guard.
And shooting. What you play?
both.
I played only
both?
point. I couldn't shoot that good.
They combo goal.
Because I was short
Me
for a
too.
long time. So I
Me
was point
too.
guard in the 9th grade.
Okay.
Moved to shooting guard in the sophomore year. And I was shooting guard / forward junior, senior year.
Okay.
Oh, I was point guard.
Me too.
You look like a point guard.
I feel like I need to be a point
I was
guard.
too, actually.
So, hey.
We all
Get
heard,
carried
we all
away.
heard this story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we want to hear them stories now. Let's
No, we do not. All right, y'all. So, okay. It's 8:30. What y'all got? You got some theme music?
Yes.
Well, let's go.
Look, he
You
got
ready?
it. He
You
got it
ready?
Go.
I got theme music.
Let's go. You find me an African proverb.
Oh my
I
goodness.
know, because it's
I already got it. Come on.
What's the theme music?
He finna play something
crazy.
Uh-oh.
that fit personalities.
All right. Come on. Oh, hold on.
There's a little bootleg theme music. You got.
I gotta take it off my headphones and then it'll play.
Why the TV not on? Because I didn't turn it on.
Let me show you something.
I tried.
Lotus, let me show you
Let
something.
me show you something.
No weapon formed against, yes, glory is destined.
Coming.
Everyday women and men become legends.
Yeah.
Sins that go against our skin.
Nephew ought to appreciate this.
The movement is a rhythm to us. Freedom is like religion to us.
Him and who?
Justice is
Who's he singing this with,
juxtaposition in
Solo?
us.
I don't know, but I
Justice
thought
for
it's
all,
on the
just
movie.
ain't specific
Who's he singing
enough.
this with?
One son died, his spirit
No,
is
before
revisited us. True and living.
I don't know.
Nephew,
What
who
was
you
it?
singing this with?
Resistance is us. That's why
Yeah.
Rose
Oh,
is
let
out
John
on the
Legend.
bus. That's why we walk through Ferguson with
They
our
did this
hands
on-
up. When it go down,
BET or Grammys or something.
I didn't see it was live.
And we stand up, shots be on the ground.
Turned it out.
It done.
King pointed to the mountaintop and we ran up.
I love that. That just give me energy, man. For real. I ain't playing. It do for real. It feed me. He got that voice too. God legend. Don't he?
That's bad.
That right there.
When you get a chance, listen to it. It's
Maybe
bad.
you want to go home and YouTube it.
All right. Y'all ready? Okay, so look. I'm going to read the African proverb and y'all try to interpret it. And we've been doing it for 3 years, so
Okay.
these is all repeats by now.
It ain't.
Who going first?
It ain't. Huh?
I'm out of it. Who going first?
I'll go first. I ain't
Okay.
You usually let the guest
Try you
go
going
first.
first.
Okay. Well,
All right. So here we go.
can y'all?
Like to hear, here you go.
Okay, here we go. Let's go.
A chick that will grow into a cock can be spotted the very day it hatches. Interpret, please.
I don't remember that one,
A
Lois.
chick.
Good.
Repeat that, please.
Okay.
Yes.
And can I get a lifeline? Call a lifeline.
I know.
We all need lifelines, bro. So ain't nobody in this room you can call.
A
But
chick that will grow into a cock can be spotted the very day it hatches.
She sound
A
fast.
chick that can grow a cock.
God.
No, a chick can't grow a cock. I mean, these days they probably can grow a cock.
Okay, I'm trying to digest. Okay.
In two.
Grow into a cock. Okay. Okay. See, I'm already messing up. That's what I said. I'm not the. I shouldn't do the special guest. Can grow into a cock. So interpret.
Yes.
It can be spotted the very day it hatches.
Yes.
Okay. I got my answer ready. I ain't sure about it though, but I got it ready.
So basically, I'm supposed to guess.
What that means in layman
Interpret the
terms.
meaning, yes.
A chick that can grow into a cock. Which one for the president? I would
It's
say,
too much pressure.
Well, y'all get me messed up on the cock. You know,
Yeah, cock can do it every time.
it threw me all off.
Cock will doodle doo.
The chick cock. It just is messing it up.
Chicken cock don't go
discombobulated.
We're not talking people here.
You got solo?
I'm gonna tell y'all.
The cock threw me off.
What you got, Solo?
I really don't know. It just sounds fast to me. Sound like
Zion, what you think that means?
I don't know.
I got an answer, man.
What you got, G?
I'm always say something.
Stimulate
This is
us.
what I think.
Stimulate us. Go.
It's like, now I know this is gonna be wrong, but hey,
Let's
you know
go.
what I'm saying?
It
At least
may
you
not
can try.
be.
It probably will be though.
It probably means you can see the day when a person goes from childhood to adulthood or maturity.
Okay.
That's all I got.
What you got, V?
You can tell a star the day they're born. You can tell a star. You can tell a star the day they're born. So from the moment he hatched, you already know he got that on him. He's anointed. He or she is anointed, and they're gonna grow into something real big and famous. We already know it from the day we meet them.
Yeah, those sound like two good answers.
From day you meet them or born, that's
From
two
the day
different
they born. From the day we meet
answer.
them.
Okay, got you.
So you say you can tell a star by the day they born, and you say
I can tell them when they go from like childhood
Boy to
to
man.
adulthood. Yeah, boys to
okay,
men.
or girl to lady.
Right.
And
But you
Zion,
said
have
cock, so
nothing-
that's why I said men. Because a cock is a male.
A cock is also a
thought-
A
chicken.
chicken can be a cock.
A chicken,
Yeah,
yes,
a
a
chicken.
cock.
Okay, well, either one.
And Zion, you pass.
Wait.
Nah, you don't get to look it up. No.
What'd you say?
No, we're not doing over. We done read it a couple times. Here's the meaning.
I heard what you said.
Okay,
but I
a
just-
chick that will grow into a cock can be spotted the very day it hatches.
A chick that could grow into a cock. I quit, Mom.
Okay.
I don't know.
The meaning is you can easily foresee the future of something through the character and telltale signs it exhibits today.
Right there.
Got it.
I feel like I need to write
I kind of
this
see.
down.
I kind of
It's
see
a
a
little pinch
twist
of
between. Yeah.
Don't be trying to make G feel good.
But I really
I
was
told
leaning
you.
more.
I
I was
told
really
you I
leaning
didn't
more
know what
this
I was
way,
talking
though.
about. Yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
He really got it.
on that.
Yeah, that's close. That's real close.
I had to roll with V on that one. All right, that's mine. Who's next? Come on, Solar. You got our music?
Yes, I do.
Like to hear? Let me show you something.
Like the head, here you go. Let me show you something.
Let me tell you something.
Show me.
What that T-shirt say?
Ask me my test
Who is
on.
that? Who T-shirt is that? You always advertising somebody's stuff.
She about to say something. She about to-
Listening for my name.
Dang, this is good, G.
I told you. So long.
Somebody's calling my name.
Somebody's calling me.
Hush. Hush, so long.
Hush.
Please hush.
Who's singing that?
Somebody's calling.
It's on Harlem Nights.
Oh, that's a woman.
Della Reese. This one got shot in the pinky toe.
Pick a toe. All right, what
my
you got,
goodness.
sis?
Okay, so I wanted to talk about the Populist Party, or also known as the People's Party, that was established in 1892. I could not remember the guy who was a very intricate part of that movement, but it was a political campaign that was designed to go against go against all the high what is that?
You mean the other parties? Other, like
No, not the
Democrats and
other
Republicans?
parties, but they were like big business. That's what I'm thinking of. Big business. They were controlling all of the money in cities and just having a monopoly on different companies. And so it was an alliance that was formed for like small time farmers and people like that. And it started in 1892 to 96, so it's a long time ago.
1892 to
Did it end in
1896?
Yeah, they.
So it was done.
Oh, it
I mean, they
last
had.
too long.
Yeah, it didn't last too long. They had
Okay.
a small blow up, but then they kind of merged into the Democratic Party.
Oh,
So
okay.
of course they had black and white supporters working in the People's Party because it was for the people. It was for the lower class people who were like the poor farmers, and you had poor white farmers and poor black farmers as well.
Like on the Great Debaters.
I don't remember.
The sharecroppers.
Yeah, sharecroppers. Yeah, but it drew a lot of support from those farmers and from the West and the South, and it was highly critical of capitalism and banks and railroads. Those places that kind of had a monopoly over that industry. So
Yeah. I think it was the age of Rockefeller too, where he controlled all the gas.
all the oil,
Everything.
yeah,
Man.
yeah.
So yeah,
Back when it was AT&T who had the whole. I mean, this was recently when they had to break up. You remember when they broke up that AT&T monopoly because they had like everything. And then they broke it up in the Southwestern Bell.
I was just gonna say, I thought it was
it's like
yeah.
Standard Oil. They did the same thing with Rockefeller and Standard Oil, where they broke all the gas commodities up into different commodities, and it became Amco, Conoco.
And that's how you can get your
Exxon,
different electric companies now too.
But a lot of those big industries they did like that.
In
them
Milwaukee,
boys gonna make their
in
money.
Milwaukee, you only still have one option for energy.
Big bank always takes little bank
All the time.
in America. And I always will.
Come on, Petty Wop, what you
Y'all
got?
ready? All right.
Yeah, we ready.
I got theme music.
I need to do your theme music one time.
Hey ladies, now let's get
Get in formation.
Give me a beat.
He actually like
Give me a beat.
Yeah.
Get in formation.
I'm petty all the time.
This is
Give me
Solar.
a beat.
Solo singing first.
Give me a beat.
This the same music or what?
This for my
theme music.
segment.
Petty Wop.
Yeah, you know I'm petty.
Yeah.
I'm some mess.
Yeah.
But you don't like me.
Yeah.
You don't wanna get down.
Yeah.
You don't wanna post up when Kiki come around.
You don't want to post up when kids come
I
on.
want to hear Lotus. Where Lotus?
Lotus
Lotus
on
is
there.
next. Here come Lotus. You want to hear Lotus?
I want to hear Lotus.
To the T, why I'm petty. Yeah, I'm petty. To the T,
You should
Lotus
see
ain't
this
on
video.
there.
okay, ladies, now let's get
Here you go.
Formation.
I'm going to let you hear Lotus real quick.
I just want to hear the first line. Of
I got you.
Before you get eliminated.
Oh, y'all got to hear that. You should see this video.
Yeah, Lotus.
Even buying this stuff.
All right. We ain't got
How
time
you even
for no-
find that
We
stuff?
got to hear Lotus on
The
break.
World Wide Web.
He's sitting up playing
All right.
on the internet.
I ain't got, but I know we running behind. I got one petty random thought.
Yes.
Ladies, if you in a relationship with a man, I don't care if you're married, just kicking it, engaged, shacking. If y'all ain't planning a baby, don't tell him in person you pregnant. Text it to him or something.
Why?
You don't want to see that expression. It's gonna break your heart.
Because he ain't gonna. What you
Cause
talking
if
about,
it ain't
real
playing,
talk?
I'm saying if
You
it ain't
said real
playing,
talk. You said real talk.
I say.
I think that was.
You said real talk.
I think that was Zion.
They came from
You
the-
said real talk.
I'm just saying if it ain't planned, ain't no man taking that right. Girl, you been married 20 years, yo boy, you
I think
living with him?
it's the truth. I read
I'm
a story
telling you.
today about that.
It's kind of like
You
getting
did?
Yes, I
like
did.
kind of like getting that high electric bill in the mail.
Like what?
Like I know I've been using the electricity, but damn, it's this high.
Right, but
Oh, I ain't paying it.
but you got to pay it anyway.
What?
You got to pay the piper.
What's the first thing you say? Oh, hell no. I'm gonna call them. Man, ladies, don't do it. Do it over the phone or send him a text.
Send a text.
Cause
saying
his
I'm pregnant.
expression is gonna break your heart if
Well-
that baby wasn't playing.
Especially nowadays.
I'm too old to find out about that expression. Them
Unless
days
you ain't
is-
got no
Them days,
reproductive
it's
organs,
gone.
it can happen.
No,
I ain't never had that experience though.
them days is gone.
But it's the truth.
Tell him, Solo.
What did you say?
I said you gonna give me a little brother.
You finna get put out of here. All right, y'all. So
You got a little brother.
we are getting ready to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna hear from.
We about to get down.
We get ready
I'm
to talk
about to
about
learn something.
politics.
Yeah, I'm ready to talk
'Cause I
about
got
And
it.
I just
Questions.
hope I can teach you something.
Uh oh.
I hope you can too, bro.
With whatever
I'm
comes
here to-
out.
Hey,
yeah.
I'm here to learn too.
Nah, man.
I don't know everything. I'm just I'm just like
I don't like the subject politics because I get too wrapped up in it.
emotions.
Yes, I do. I do. Because I get mad about.
good.
I'm sick of still fighting for
Yeah.
the same rights everybody else got. But anyway, we're gonna take a quick break and we're gonna come back and talk about it.
All right.
Hold tight.
What's
It's something special. Sit back and listen. There's something special to me. Yeah. This one's for you. You gave me a reason to chant. You are the reason I stand strong. Whenever I fall, you've been the one I can lay it down. But ever since fall, I love's been shine like a sandstorm. I know I was wrong, but you kept singing the same song about what we can't afford. I ignore what they hate me for. I fell asleep on the shore where I can't escape the poor. Lifestyle where I hated more. I know I might fail, but mama, I'm not afraid of loss. So if it's a price to pay, it's time that I pay the cost. Like these are my faded thoughts. I love you like the soulmate of my sacred heart. One love. The rain, the joy and pain. Family matters in the world never change. I love you, mama, I do. I love you, mama, I do. Through the sun and rain, the joy and pain. Family matters in the world never change. It started off with just the ice in my veins. Now I got ice in my chain. Family matters in the world never change. Family matters, matters. No, it don't matter how the wind blow, you stay down like 10 toes. You taught me family matters like Jaleel White and Winslow. So even though my wind's low, I'm still a champ to you. The struggle is a journey that a hero must pursue. To activate his dreams and plans to make cream. Show the world one life, one love, and one team. For the girls from the 414 to race scene, you don't gotta be bees and hoes and you sing. You don't gotta be down the fuck at 16 or a queen. It's a girl who fought low God's lead. Straight up. Through the sun and rain, the joy and pain. Family matters in the world never change. I love you, mama, I do. I love you, mama, I do. Through the sun and rain, the joy and pain. Family matters and that will never change. I started off with just the ice in my veins. Now I got ice in my chain. Family matters and that will never change. Look. I said, family matters. I pick apart the broken pieces in the words you're speaking. Recognize and vibe my feet in these written thesis. Yeah, you know the white man will keep the vulture eating, but you know that Leo season keep the culture breathing. So it don't matter how many of y'all think I'm the greatest of my generation, I'm still a neighborhood favorite. The whole hood waving cause they understood Caleb when he had the all even with the sides tapered. Now my eyes slow, Asian basketball deflated, still dream chasing, face it. It's time to say goodbye to SoundCloud, Spotify's waiting on. Through the sun and rain, the joy and pain. Family matters and that will never change. I love you, mama.
I miss you, baby.
I love you, mama.
Where I do.
Did
They
before.
got you blocked.
Come back. All right,
Hey, I
y'all.
know how to use
And
it.
we back, and we back, and we back. And
Hey.
there we go.
Where your headphones, Los?
Oh. So, look.
Uh-huh.
Y'all ready to talk politics?
We ready.
Not really.
I know, but we have to.
Trump
So-
to mess politics up, man.
This is the
Politics ain't fun
question.
no more.
This is the question that I dropped out there. I dropped a couple questions out, and I got a whole lot of conversation. But one of the things is, you always messing
I don't know how
up.
to operate Snapchat.
Turn your volume down.
She clearly said we
It's
weren't
not gonna go
learning.
away. You turn
So,
it
do y'all
upside
remember the
down.
beginning of the show when her stuff was like blasting? Anybody?
No, don't nobody remember that.
Let me show you something.
Let me tell you something.
Go ahead, Lotus. I'm sorry.
So look, I dropped this question out there. What's the real reason that black folks vote for the Democratic Party?
I don't think
We
it's.
raised-
I don't
we
think it's
raised
any
it.
one reason.
Right.
Yeah, I do think it's a couple.
Everybody can have their
Well,
opinion.
let
I
me
got
just
my
say this.
opinion.
One of
Yeah.
the reasons I think that black people vote is because they're just following the trend of their family. You know, because people don't really follow. Well, a lot of people are not educated in politics, and so you just kind of follow or do whatever your parents voted for. That's why I said before, it's kind of like religion to me. Like, if your parents are Christian, you just kind of, you know, you're Christian too. So I think politics is kind of like that.
All right, what you think, V?
Well, it started with Roosevelt's first election. He garnered 71% of the vote. Most people would think that black people would vote Republican because Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves and he was a Republican. And the majority of us did vote Republican, those of us that could vote during that time. But Roosevelt came with a lot of socioeconomic programs for the poor. And so when he came about, we decided we were going to vote Democrat at that time. And so throughout history since Roosevelt, we voted over 70% Democrat just about every election.
Okay. What you got, G?
I just think. I think it's like common sense. If and even and I'm smart enough to know that just because we vote Democrat don't mean all Democrats got our back. But I've always said, at least, try to fool me. It's like the
But
Republicans.
do you want people to try to fool
No,
you?
I don't mean fool me as in
I know,
make a
like,
fool of me.
pretend
I
like
mean,
you care
yeah,
about
I'm
our
like,
issues.
at least say that you care about me. And like Republicans, to me, just flat out, just don't give a crap.
And they don't care that
I
you
mean,
know
man,
that.
most of my people don't have money, so most of my people are Democrats.
And most of us are disenfranchised, and that's one of the reasons that Roosevelt got our vote is because he was supporting Social Security and welfare. And that's why a lot of people correlate us to being the primary welfare recipients because that's what we vote. But truth be told, you got more white folks on welfare than black
So
folks.
try.
Yeah.
Let's hear. Would you jump in there?
Well, To echo what he said, as far as the change from the Democratic Party, as far as how we transitioned from being Republicans to Democrats, the drastic change came during the 1964 Civil Rights passage when
LBJ.
when they passed that, and that's when the Democrats, the Southern Democrats, decided to leave the party and go Republican, and so it kind of swapped.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened was, of course, the face of the party changed for those next 20 years. And my take on it is, and I see what Darryl is talking about as far as when you say, at least lie to me and tell me what it is. But what that does is, what has happened is we don't have anybody on this side of the aisle now. You know what I mean? So my deal is, if we could go back to the point of where, okay, we were Republicans at one time. If you look at the basic values of the Christian church or the black Christian church, they fall in line with the Republican Party. Now, I'm not saying that that's the right way to fall, but I'm just telling you that they if you look, they're against abortion. Most of the time, they're against gay, rights or whatever. They're against a lot of the things that the Republican Party support, whether they blow it up in the forefront or not. That's basically the base of the black Christian church. But my deal is, we as a black community, I think we need to readdress our affiliation, as far as our party affiliation. I mean, what I mean by that is not saying that everybody go and start voting Republican. I'm saying we need to start supporting those of us who do run for those Republican offices, because if you look at this side of the aisle and that side of the aisle, you got a few of our faces on this side of the aisle.
Meaning
hardly any of our
Democrats.
faces on this side of the aisle. So when it comes to voting these laws in, there's nothing to balance it out. And as far as laws in regards to us, and what we tend to do sometimes is, if we find out somebody black is running Republican, we automatically deem them as a sellout.
Right.
And I think that's the wrong way to go.
I know I do.
Yeah. And that's because
I ain't lying. I do.
yeah, we look at them as a sellout. Because why? Because we're looking at them like they're going along with the party
Of the rich.
Right.
Well, let me ask you this. If there's a black Republican,
Right.
how much can my question would be this: how much can a black Republican get done
Right.
in an all-white Republican party?
There's not too much he can get done, but that, like I said, that one black Republican can't get too much done. But if we,
So why would we vote Republican when we
Because
know
we-
you ain't got
You
no
by
say so
yourself.
in nothing? What
Right.
would make us?
but that's why we don't need to vote him in by himself. There would be a lot more of us crossing the line if we knew that we could get those votes on the Republican side, because we actually have to figure out a strategy to do that. We need to infiltrate the Republican Party.
Why?
That ain't gonna happen.
Why?
Why? Because it needs the ballot. We need a balance. Because if we don't, otherwise it's going to be a segregated party on each side of the aisle.
And I think that's by design, though.
So wait a
It is
minute.
by design, but we have to pretty much reform.
So the guy who, what was the guy named who ran for the Republican presidential?
Ben Carson?
That was
Yeah,
Ben
Ben
Carson.
Carson. So you're saying that we probably should have rallied behind Ben Carson and voted for him?
I'm not saying that we should have rallied behind.
Not that Negro.
Well, it's like this. We got to look at it from a deeper perspective. I think those. And I'm not saying I'm thinking the right way, because I don't affiliate myself with Republican or Democrat. I've voted Democrat for the last 2 or 3 years or whatever. I mean, also the last 2 or 3 presidential elections when I could vote.
Right.
But I do think that we need more representation on the Republican side of the field.
I agree. Yeah.
Because
When we look at
need
stuff
to-
like today, when everything is Republican, we in trouble.
Right. So if you got the Republican Party like it is today, and they're making these laws and these new regulations, we have nobody over there that look like us that's representing that side of the aisle. You know what I mean? And so therefore, what it's going to look like, we're going to be left out in a lot of those
But for
things.
me, I think the total opposite.
Uh-huh.
I think it's a waste to try to, in this day and
Like
age.
that splitting the Democratic.
Yeah,
votes.
I think it would be a waste of our time to try to say, okay, let's get us some brothers, and we know that's not happening. You know, we got hundreds of them on the Democratic side, and we really can't get nothing done. So Why
Right.
would we? And it's a matter of opinion. It ain't no
Yeah,
right.
I
or
get
wrong.
what you're saying, though.
but you got
Yeah, I
you got a
get
split
it.
house. Let's say you got the house, you got the Senate, you got the House or whatever. So if we had enough votes on this side, let's say in something that pertains to us, let's say something that
Education is a hot topic.
well, let's go with education. Let's go with HBCUs or whatever. It was a case to vote on issues involving HBCUs or whatever. Okay, we got Democrats, but even with the bill now, the health care bill, you see how they having a fight with the Senate as far as getting enough of them to vote for this health care bill. If we had
Right.
enough of us on that side of the aisle, it would actually tilt the vote.
But we don't. But that ain't what we want. That ain't what black folks want.
What?
Well,
So
I'm
why
saying-
would we
I'm-
want to
I'm
tilt
not-
the vote?
No, I'm saying I'm just using healthcare as a
Right.
as an example. But I'm saying in something that pertains to us,
Right.
we don't have enough voices or faces on that side of the aisle that can kind of actually be sensitive to the needs of the black community. No matter what color you are, we still black. No
The
matter
only
where you-
reason that scares me is because I know Republicans aren't gonna give you, if you are that black Republican, they're not even gonna. You can't even talk too
You have
much
a-
about black issues.
when you're in the
Yeah.
when you're in the Senate,
They're not the least
if
bit
you're in
concerned
you're in
about our
Congress,
issues.
you have a vote. Your vote does count up there. It may be limited here on
Right.
our level, but
Yeah, you get
up there
you get
in
your vote.
yeah, your
See,
vote.
I
your vote
think-
counts.
Okay,
I
wait a
think
minute.
I think we're talking about like it's a racial thing, but to
Right.
be honest, it's really conservative, liberal, and then it becomes class.
Right.
Because when you're talking Republican, therefore those top tier people that have money and
Right.
traditionally Democratic or
Yeah.
those
They
that
vote
need
their own
social
interests.
Yeah.
economic assistance. And so it's more class than it is race.
Right.
Yeah,
It's for those
It's
high
just
level
that the
workers.
black race tends to fall
Fall under-
into the
Right,
lower
we're
class.
disenfranchised. Right.
But let's look at, and I want to break this down too. You know, and I, if you're conscious, and when we all here are conscious at this table, if we look at some of the things that the Democrat, I think that the Democratic Party is pretty much taking our vote for granted.
Amen.
You know, I think they do. I don't think our vote is as valuable to them as it was. I think
I
they
agree.
automatically count our vote, and I think that we need to. I mean, I'm not saying we need to go Republican,
But they need to appreciate
We
it.
need to do something.
They
we
need
need
to work
pull
for
back
it.
our votes from both parties and make our party. Look what the Tea Party did. They formulated their own Tea Party, and they made them, as a whole, they put their vote up
Mm-hmm.
pretty much. Well, it was Republican, but they pretty much put their vote up, and so our vote has got to be up. You know what I mean? To where you want our vote, then you got to come to us.
I think
Right.
Malcolm X said that same thing in the 60s, where he said, essentially, you got 45% of the population on this side of the aisle, 45% of the population on that side of the aisle. If we really recognize the power that we have, we're that 10% that can really sway most elections.
Right.
The reason we didn't sway this Republican election is because we really didn't get out and vote
We really
for Hillary either.
Right.
But when it was Obama, you saw how he won in a landslide because he got, 94% of our vote.
Right.
So that lets you know what kind of power we do possess.
We need
And
to be the swing vote.
Right, and
We
we,
need
can
to
make
be the
them
swing
our
vote,
issues.
and that's where That's why I think we've gotten too comfortable with being. That's why I said we need to. As far as why do we vote Democrat, that is the question. But the question really needs to be is why is it that we just automatically give them our vote? You know what I mean? Why
Yeah,
is it that
for nothing in
For
return.
nothing. And I'm sorry, so like you was trying to say something a while ago. I got you, sis. I got you. I got you.
But I forgot.
Lord. So look, that's what my thing is that even in this last election, and I was so just vexed by it. I really was. Because it's like, I didn't feel like neither one of them deserved our votes, period. And I think we are in a mess. And I think had Hillary Clinton won, we would have just been in a different mess. However, maybe not as bad because this fool is on something different. But anyway, my point being, I agree. I think that they don't even work for the black vote because they figure they are psychologically they already have it in their mind. So I ain't got to come campaign with y'all. I don't have to promise you nothing, and we're not asking for anything.
And
We don't hold anybody accountable for anything. We don't have a list of demands and
Right.
exactly like
Right.
this is what if you want us to get behind you, then you're gonna have to get behind the black community with this, and
Right.
this, and then I can give you some votes.
Right.
But if you cannot promise us this, we don't have people to do that for us.
Right, and I want to get a little deep.
Well, let's get
and
deep
elaborate
then.
on it. So let's break down what the Democrat party is to us as far as what they're willing to support in our community. They're really willing to support public housing, which to me is a dependent system. You know, they're willing to support and it also kind of stymies us from wanting to get more economic, as far as freedom. As far as when it comes to they're giving, you know, if you enable somebody to where they're dependent upon you, a system, you create a system that's dependent upon you, then they get to hand you out whatever they want to hand you out. Therefore, you have no desire to want to
Do better.
Right. So that's one thing I look at, and then also I look at the fact that
Wait. Let's stay right there for a second, just for a second. But based on the current state of the black community,
right.
we got people that need that.
Oh yeah, I'm not
I was
saying get
gonna
rid
say.
of it. I'm saying, but also put us a plan in place to where we can come up out of that.
Okay.
I
know.
mean, I kind of agree with him. I do think it stifles you.
I do too.
And I'm not talking about as a black person. I'm just saying as a person, period.
Right.
I think that you can become stifled by those programs.
It becomes a recycling system.
Yeah, and
Because, you know,
I can agree with
I
that.
could have been a part of it. I mean, I say 75% or 70% of those of us who grew up in a system like that, it recycles itself.
Yeah, it does.
Because you see it and then you think, I don't want to do, that's going to mess up my food stamps. It's going to mess up my, you know, it's going to mess up my $5 month house rent
And
if
you
I go
have
get a
these
job.
conversations with your children, and you sending your children in the store with the card, and you know what I'm saying.
Right.
So they're learning and knowing
Right,
about
so-
this stuff.
Right, so to me, it's a recycling system. Now,
Yeah.
I don't agree with, like I said, that's one aspect of it. I don't agree. As far as the Republican strategy for that is, they want to get people up off of it, but if you're going to get them up off of it,
Have a plan.
have a plan to replace or to put us in position to where we don't need it.
So you feel like the Democratic Party in some ways enables, and the Republican Party is in some ways like make it the best way you can.
Right. I mean, even then, okay, and I'm looking at the values of both parties as far as what they believe in. In Planned Parenthood, I think it creates a haven for abortion, you know. And I'm not saying I'm against it. I'm
But it's
pro-choice.
a lot more that they offer. than
Yeah,
just
I know, but
abortion.
I'm saying, but they focus on the abortion aspect of it as far as you know, most people affiliated.
Well, that's
with
what the Republican
abortion.
Party is targeting, and that's not. Now, me personally, I don't think that is fair. I kind of agree with some of the values that the Republican Party has, but I also agree with some of the values that the Democratic Party has, because I think those services that they offer people who
Right.
really need them, I think they are valuable and important. But then I don't necessarily agree with making choices or decisions for women, like women. You know what I'm saying? So I don't
Right.
really agree with that part of it.
Right.
But I also wanted to point out the fact that there are other parties out there that we're not being made aware of. Like, we kind of know about them, like the Green Party, liberals, or all that, but they're not being publicized so
Right.
that we can actually look at all the parties, because there's those two main parties that
And that's all people really pay attention
yeah,
to.
and we feel like we stuck. We either got to choose Republican or Democratic,
Right.
you know. And there's other parties that we can look into, but you never see those people participating in debates. You never see their commercials too much on TV.
They don't have the money. They
We're
don't
a
have the
two-party
same.
system. America's really a two-party system.
Wow.
But one of the things that I always look at when voting is, where is the better opportunity for me and my people?
Right.
And the thing about the Republican Party, and we can see it with Trump now, a lot of their agenda revolves around not giving us anything, but literally taking back. Now, Democratic Party, they don't, really go after your vote and try to appease you.
Right.
But the Republican Party actually does try to take back some of the things that you already have access to. Affirmative action, one of the things that they want to see go away. Mm-hmm. These are things that we can look at and say, the reason I vote Democrat is because I don't want some of the opportunities that I've been afforded because I had to live in segregation for the last 400 years. I don't want those
Right.
opportunities to go away because I still don't believe I get a fair shake. And so I'm not voting this particular way because I know some of those things are going away because they believe on this side of the aisle I do not have any type of claim to those particular opportunities or advancements.
And I agree with that, but I do feel like the Republican Party, the face of the Republican Party has changed with the implementation of the Tea Party, as well as you got the conservative, and then this new Trump era that's created. Yeah, so you have that portion, then you have the conservatives that are not in agreement with Trump, then you have the mild conservatives, and then you go on to the Tea Party, and nobody really knows what their agenda is anymore.
Right.
But
What the
as
hell
far
are
as-
they even about?
Right, but I do think that, and I understand our affiliation with the
Confederate
Democratic Party
flag
when it comes to
flying.
those type of issues. But I do feel that we need to take a look at strategically trying to infiltrate, not just being a one-party race. We need to be on both sides of the aisle in order for us to make effective difference.
Do you
Because-
think?
I think Donald Trump just killed that. I
What do you
really
mean?
think with him being elected, most black people don't even want to be associated with anything to do with Republicans now that he is a Republican and he is the worst human being to ever take office. Like, real
We're going to
talk.
find out in 18.
I mean, like, real talk. He shouldn't even be.
What-
So why would we?
Well, you got a lot of, believe it or not, and like I said, I don't mean to sound like a Republican advocate, but you do have a lot of regular conservatives that don't agree with the Trump that just
Right.
against him.
Correct.
So that's why I say
Correct.
there's a divide.
Yeah, he's
within the
divided
party.
everybody.
Yeah,
every,
he's divided the party. So
every
they know
kind of
he's
way.
not good for the party. There are a lot of them a lot of his constituents that know he's not good for the party. So I think that you got three divides here now going on. You got the far left, you got the alt-right, then you got the regular conservatives, and you got Democrats, and then you got independent voters. When all those other people fall in line. Well, we need to fall in line. We need to fall somewhere in between, pull all our votes together, and say we're not voting for this person or this person. We need to make our votes count. And I think that's why I don't understand. That's why I said we need to question, too. Why is it that we vote Democrat? Is it because our grandfather voted, our mother told us to vote, or whatever? We need to look at that candidate. And I'm going to tell you a situation that happened a few years ago when there were two candidates running for office. There was one a Democrat and there was one Republican.
What office?
Congress.
Okay.
And they were invited to come. I'm not going to say names.
Okay.
But both were invited to come and speak to the black community. And I've had actually two experiences like this. The Democratic candidate chose not to because they had, quote unquote, other engagements. The Republican candidate showed up, where it was to come in and garner the vote, knowing you were coming into
Hostile environment.
a hostile environment. She showed up,
Mm-hmm.
and of course they hit her with some hostile questions. They asked her, well, "So what are you gonna do for the black community?"
Mm-hmm.
And the answer, her question back to them was, "Well, what is it that you want?" And nobody in the room could answer the question. So the thing is
We don't have an agenda.
that, but we won't. I mean, we fight for civil rights, but we also need to be fighting for economic rights, and that's my whole mindset. You know what I mean? The economic state can do a lot to change the civil state and the social state. If we had enough of us doing things in a position to change economic environments, then we will see a better community. We'll see our communities grow. We'll see our communities prosper like it's supposed to, and a lot of this stuff that we're dealing with, as far as these social injustices, will come down. It will start leveling out or leveling down a little bit, because that's basically what it is right now. We're going through a whole era of these things. I mean, whether people say it or not, politics affects. They do have an effect on
Every
social-
aspect of life.
right, on our social community. So.
Do you
That's-
think it's realistic that we can really form another party? Like, literally, do you really think it's realistic? Or is it wishful thinking?
The Tea Party, we just, it is. Look what the Tea Party did. They voted
Yeah,
up.
but we different.
I know it.
It
And I
is
know, but I'm saying, you asking me,
It's
is it possible, or you saying?
Yes.
No,
it
not
possible for us?
possible. Not possible.
for
Because I know it's
minorities.
Oh, for
possible.
minorities.
For minorities, it
Now,
is.
that's-
It's possible,
that's a-
but is it
it's-
realistic? You understand what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying. Will we do that? And that's where it starts with this conversation. To me,
Well, what does that party look like, though? Like, if we were to form our own party, what does that look like?
let's look at the 2008 election when Obama won office and we came out and all the voters came out. You see how it made a difference? It made a huge difference. He won him twice, and he won by a landslide. So I think, now I'm not saying that we can just make that difference alone, but if enough of us, like we did in 2008, garnered our vote and put it together, then we will make most definitely a big impact to where somebody will start listening and start taking our vote, and our vote will be up for
But I want to know, what are the values of that party? If we were to have our
Economic-
own party, like what would be
Economic
the values?
empowerment
Right.
and education would have to be at the top of the
Right.
line.
Economic
The
change.
top of the list.
Of course,
But you
rights, equal right. You know, we still got to say equal rights. You know,
Because
what I
we
mean?
don't have that.
Right. We'd have to change this systemic behavior that's going on. There's a lot of that going. So you know, those are, you start with one deal at a time. But I think the number one thing is we need to be in. We need to create a better economic opportunity.
So who would this? So would this party just benefit? Like, what group of people are we targeting? Are we targeting just black people, or are we targeting
No, I think
like
Minorities.
Yeah, I mean, you got a lot. Here's the deal. I don't want to. We don't need to segregate votes. You know, we don't need to become a. We don't need. I'm not saying we need to segregate votes. We need to go. Okay, we need to have a good. We need to have a minority vote, but we also need to have votes from those people who are the new progressives, the people that are trying to change and that are for all these things that we're trying to fight for, as far as equal rights, as far as, you know, they're not feeling the whole good old boy system that was being, you know, generated, that's been passed down to them. But I think that we need to not segregate the vote, not saying make it an all black vote party, but we do need to create an agenda or a party to where our votes count, and our votes
But
count in large numbers.
Who would vote with us?
Yeah, I was just thinking about that, because when
Who
you
would-
look at the
What
number,
what do you
Who would
think
support? Who would
yeah.
support our issues?
Well, you look at who's having issues right now. Look at all the
Hispanics?
Yeah, Hispanic.
Hispanics,
Well, the minorities,
the LGBT community. There's quite a few people that do not agree with the way things are going in the offices today. There are a lot of people upset with both parties.
but I
There are a lot of
swear-
people that don't agree with the Democratic Party or the Republican Party that are fed up with both parties because pretty much know the
They
system.
don't. Who do they don't work for us.
Right.
But here's the question
And
I
that's-
have, like, do we have enough people to actually vote? Because when you look at the prison system and how it's set up, and the number of people that are in the prison system and who maybe have gotten out and still can't vote, like, those are voters right there. So there are a lot of minorities that have that attached to them to where they can't vote, right?
If we get
And
out,
so-
we can make a difference.
Right. There was a lot of still locked up in 2008, but we made a difference in 2008. You know, and it wasn't just black votes. It was votes from on all circles of people. You know, minorities. The thing about it is the new face of America is this new political structure that Trump has created, and that is the white male. He's against everybody, gender, race.
He's straight for the white male.
religion.
Period.
So those are the voters. Those are the voters that would actually you would.
And the
pull
old
from.
rich white male.
They
Right.
vote against their
Well,
own interests.
You got to
Minority.
also understand the philosophy of why Republicans are Republicans, because it's all economics.
It is.
The Republican Party is based on the thought process that we need to give the rich the tax cuts so that they have more money to hire the poor.
Right.
So it's a system that kind of feeds itself.
Right.
Whereas if you look at the other side of the aisle, we want to give you more opportunities to have your own, less taxation.
So you don't have to
But-
work for
so
the
you
rich.
don't always have to work
Right.
for this rich dude
Right,
over here.
right.
So there's you got to talk about what is
So you
the
have
political
access.
philosophy. Yes, exactly. Is it really a land of opportunity? The Republican way is not a land of opportunity for everybody.
No.
Right.
You think the Democratic way is a land of opportunity?
I believe that the Democratic way in a two-party system is a lot better than the Republican way, because the
But
Democratic system
when
allows-
it values you. I think the Democratic Party, when it values the people that vote for them, that's when it's effective for those people. But if they count our vote and then look away, then it's not a party that I want.
It doesn't even really
It
matter.
doesn't matter.
But the Republican Party values hard work, so I don't see how they will not be.
The Republican Party values.
You got the same face.
They believe that
Yes.
if you work hard, you know what I'm saying, you can achieve, or you can be just as successful.
But
like,
you
there's
are,
nothing-
but it's also those same individuals. Their situation is totally their starting ground. It doesn't look like ours, so it doesn't equate. It just don't equate. It's, you know what I mean?
Right.
I understand, but you remember when we had that cop on our show, and he was talking about, I work really hard. Like, he was trying to compare his experience to the black experience. I'm just saying, like,
I'm out here getting heated just thinking about that show.
But I was just thinking, because he really was like, I worked really hard to get to where I am today. Like, I put in a lot of work. My
Nobody
family
gave me anything.
Yeah,
But
my family was poor or whatever. So, but that's kind of how Republicans think, though. They're
Well, they
like,
think like that because those are Republicans that exist here today. When they went back in slavery period, during the slavery times, when we were doing all the hard work and we did a lot of the stuff that they claiming that they do now. And but I do value. But you're right though. They do put those hold those values high.
Hard working.
Yeah, and I think both parts. I think both sides of the aisle pretty much do. But like I said, you got different faces, different mindsets. You got on both sides of the aisle. What Democrats think. You got some that think like Republicans as well. You know what I mean? So you don't know what you got. You know what I mean? Oh, you just got to put yourself in position to say, well, you know what? I'm going for whoever going for me. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much what you got to do. Like I said, those two candidates, one showed up and one didn't.
Right. And that's
So
the message.
That spoke volumes. One supported a community event for whatever reason, whether it was to get votes, and one didn't. Contributed to a community event, and one
It
didn't.
wouldn't have swayed me.
So we got to
It
stop
would.
They
voting.
didn't
What you're saying is we have to stop voting
It
for
would.
parties and start voting for people.
Right.
People who have our issues at hand.
Right.
Because I'll tell you, in 2000, if Colin Powell would have ran, I probably would have voted for Colin Powell.
Yeah.
Right. He was a Republican.
And
But
he
see,
was a Republican.
I would have
Yeah.
voted for Colin Powell, too.
what I'm saying is, my thing is, I'm not saying just go out and just vote for any Republican. I'm saying if we see some of our faces running for Republican,
Don't just automatically
Well-
don't vote for
Automatically
them
cancel-
because
don't
they're
cancel them out.
Republican.
Oh, we
Right.
canceled, I can't even remember his name, but we canceled
Ben
him
Carson,
out.
huh?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
canceled
well,
him.
Well, he
don't
should have
count.
been canceled.
He don't
Yeah,
count.
because as soon as we heard him speak,
I don't
we're
know.
like,
I don't know.
I know.
I'm saying like this: is he a better selection than Trump?
no. Well, no, I don't
You don't
even
think
think.
so?
I think
Really?
anybody's a better selection than Trump.
Okay.
We never thought Trump would win. I
Right.
guarantee you,
Even-
Trump didn't even think he could win.
We didn't get out and vote.
I
What I'm
was-
saying is, and I think that changed the face because we a lot of us didn't get out and vote this last election, and then when we didn't vote in the primary, when we didn't vote for Ben Carson, we should have all. I mean, everybody's like, I'm not voting for that.
You think we should have voted for Ben Carson?
I don't.
Just because he black?
I don't.
No.
I
Just
don't know.
because he black?
No.
I think we should have voted for Ben Carson over Trump. And those of us who voted, we should have voted for Ben Carson over Trump. I'm saying that would have been the
Yeah.
way.
Ben Carson, when Trump was elected, initially, when they got ready to appoint him over HUD, he said he wasn't certain he was qualified for the job. And I'm like,
But you thought you was
qualified
qualified
to be president?
Right.
Come on,
Hey.
mind your own credibility.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you this right
Right.
here. The way I feel about the way I look at it, to me, the role of the president has changed drastically.
Dramatically.
Right. So to me, what does it take to be president? I mean,
Shit,
why not?
nothing.
That boss had you got on.
Why not?
Right.
I mean,
Rhetoric.
why not? Why? Yeah.
Right.
Why
Right.
not?
So I can be the president.
Anybody
So
can be
live for president in 20. What's the next election?
And that's the only thing I take. The only thing.
45.
The only
How many
thing.
years is that?
The only thing good I took from that election, as far as Trump winning, was that it told me that what
Anybody can do
I
it.
could run for president and win.
So you felt like that with Trump quicker than Obama?
Yeah.
Well, the standard was so
Oh,
lowered
yeah.
with
Yeah, of
Trump.
course.
Yes. Yes.
Of course, I mean, look what we got. I mean,
Well,
he don't even have all support in his own party.
But you.
So that right there tells you a lot.
But
So
you
that's
know
I'm-
what? You know what I took from it?
What's that?
That if Trump could be president, I could never be president.
Why?
Huh?
You could never be.
Why?
I could. If Trump can be president, I could never be president.
Why?
Because he is like the most illiterate and ignorant. You know.
So that means anybody can.
No, that means that America is
illiterate.
that illiterate. No, really, that means America is that illiterate that
Y'all
they could
dumb enough
vote.
to
They
put
could
somebody
vote
like
him
that
in.
office.
Yes, and somebody like me as a black person. Now, if I was a white person, I would be like, "Shit, I know I can be president now." Really, but
you
as
know
a
what?
black person, that told me we ain't got a chance for
You
that
know what?
happening again. That's just what.
Because
That's what I
they'd
took
rather
from
have
it.
an ignorant
They would
white
rather
person.
have him than
Anybody.
a white person with decent sense.
Well, but then again, we did not
A
have.
woman. No, it was a woman.
But
Yeah, the best. Yeah,
it
look what
wasn't
we
just
had.
a woman. It was Hillary Clinton.
Right.
But it, because
white
she
women
was
don't
a
like
woman
Hillary
too.
Clinton.
It's
It's not
she
just
is.
white
white woman
women.
vote.
It's not just white women. I didn't like her. I didn't. It's not just. It's, I mean, I know I don't count that much.
But you would have voted. You would have voted for Hillary over Trump.
Right. And white women voted for
Trump.
over Hillary.
Sure did, 'cause I know.
They switched.
I know that for a
Yeah.
fact.
And it's crazy. This dude is on here talking misogynistic statements on
And
national
he's got the
TV.
lowest approval rating of any president.
Because
Just
they weren't happy
because a
with
lot
the
of people, like after he won, were like,
Nobody believed it was
some,
going to happen.
the
to
people
begin
who
with.
were on the fence between Trump and Hillary are now saying, I
messed
think
up.
we messed up. You know, the loyal Trump supporters are still, no matter what he does, are going to say,
But if you look at his
that
supporters,
speaks to the
He
racism.
can do whatever.
yeah, if you look at his supporters, they're older white males. There's those type
And they're about to
of.
die off. But the thing about it is
Win, man. People saying that for the win.
oh, they going out there getting all kinds of
But they
transplants.
breeding. They breeding.
But here's the deal. We need to run. I think really, truthfully, honestly, this shook us up. This Trump election shook a lot of people up across the aisle. And the Democratic Party has no agenda right now. They don't even know who they're gonna run.
The Democratic Party?
Right. They have no plan right now as far as because just like the Republican Party had no plan for Obama.
Bernie would have mopped the floor with Trump.
I wish Bernie was in.
Would have mopped
I
the
voted
floor
for
with
him,
him.
yeah.
I did too.
If-
Would have mopped the floor with
If
him.
the election would have lasted, if Bernie would have had another couple of months. See, a lot of the primaries were ran so early, and those states were decided. By the time Hillary won the nomination, most Democratic voters preferred Bernie Sanders. It's just that she had such a large head start on him that it was utterly ridiculous.
Well, and then
Because
they
of the
also,
name
and then
recognition.
they also, of course, they helped sabotage his campaign a little bit. As far as with the
You said
DNC,
what?
the DNC convention, they kind of
that
they
came out
Yeah, so and then his voters got mad and
and
didn't
said
vote.
we ain't voting for Hillary
Right,
either.
so that screwed up the whole election process right there.
They walked out. A lot of them walked
There
out.
was so many red flags on Hillary Clinton. The name. I mean, of course, you got first woman president, but then you had so many other red flags going against it. And I'm not saying that I'm not a Hillary Clinton supporter or anything.
I'm not.
But like I said, my deal is getting a candidate in, getting our candidate in, and we need to get a candidate that's going to be for us, pretty much for everybody.
Who do you see now in the Democratic Party that nobody?
Bernie.
Yeah, but he's gonna be too old.
Sanders, but
Bernie gonna be dead.
I don't think he's gonna run again.
Bernie's the only one I see.
he might though.
He may be.
You just needed any
what is
other
that?
white male Democrat to run
Well,
against Trump.
actually,
That's all you need.
Bernie and what was the vice president? Biden are about the same age though. Bernie look a whole lot older, but they close though.
Well,
Biden would have been a
Bernie must be
landslide.
drinking
Yeah.
a lot because he looked like he about to.
Well, Bernie was that.
And we know Bernie's down for the cause. So
Yeah, he'd get my vote all day.
Trump was the crazy uncle. Bernie was the loud uncle,
Yeah.
and Hillary was the schoolyard ain't.
The schoolyard 80.
Yeah, so she was too straight in there, kind of like, and then Bernie was the loud uncle, angry uncle, and then Trump was the crazy uncle.
But you got to think
People
about
voted for the crazy uncle in the election.
You got to
That's
think
what
about how much Bernie did win over, because I think he had a profound effect on where we are from an education standpoint. Bernie actually made a difference, and you got to think about how great of an election he was running to have lost, because black people came in saying, "I'm voting Hillary." If it wasn't even for Hillary, it was because of Bill. Black people love Bill Clinton for some reason. I can't tell you 100% why that is, but we love Bill
he
Clinton.
played the saxophone
Yeah,
on
they-
Yeah,
Arsenio.
because he played the saxophone on Arsenio
That's
Hall show.
it.
Maybe that's what it was.
He ain't do nothing.
And he smoked weed.
He ain't
so-
do nothing.
We love him because he smoke weed. Wow.
Hey, good music, good weed.
That's all it takes for black folks.
Yeah, money, weed, and alcohol, huh?
The Clinton era, they kind of deemed him as being the first black president.
Whatever. I
That's what
cannot stand
But that's why
that
I think
statement.
I think that's where a lot of us got brainwashed at thinking that Hillary was going to carry on bring in the same contents that Bill brought, and there were two different people, two different type of mindsets, and I don't want to get into that because they can get a whole little deep. But my deal is we need to run people on both sides of the aisle. I don't think we need to be just when we have a candidate that's running for a Republican office. Judges, I mean, go look at it. When the last time you voted? Did you vote this last election?
Are you gonna just put me on blast like
I'm
that?
just asking.
She
No, I
Okay.
didn't.
If you ever go, when you go to the ballot, and that
I voted for Bernie.
Let's take the last presidential election.
That's
for
the
instance.
election I'm talking about. Yeah.
Okay, on that ballot, on my ballot, what I saw Republican on certain, and then on the local level, I saw nothing but Republican judges, railroad commission. I mean, it was uncontested.
That's Texas for you,
It's
though.
too much, though.
Right.
I mean,
But we have to change that. We have to get people. Because people are scared to run because they scared they're not gonna get our vote. We're not gonna get the vote.
They
Because-
look at it as a
because they're
waste
not
of
gonna
money
get
on
our
our
vote.
elections.
Right.
Well, wait.
Because they're not going to get our vote. Because we're not going to vote in local elections. We are just
And that's the key. We have got to get our faces out. We have
for a
got to rally.
sporting event. We're there.
We're,
For an election, nobody shows up.
right. And so I think that's been that's the new agenda that we need to create for ourselves is we have a candidate that we need to support them in order for us to change some of these laws. Because we're not making any laws as far as,
Nope.
we don't make the laws. And we need to change how we raise our kids. We need to change. We always say, I'm going to keep my kids out of politics. No, we need to change that mindset.
Shoot,
no.
man, we've been
People say
saying that
that.
for years
We
on
need
this
to
show.
raise-
Like,
wait a minute.
that's
people
what
say
we
that,
need.
though?
We need more
Yeah.
We need more politicians
Yeah,
and
we need-
scientists and
Right.
We need to raise
Judge.
them with the mindset that we
get
know.
involved to change
Yes,
some.
I agree.
Well, the thing
Right.
is,
I
though,
agree.
if your parents are not involved in that themselves, then they're not gonna really, teach you that, or you're not gonna really be submerged in that kind of stuff. You have to make a real effort to kind of put them in that arena.
It is. It's a grassroots effort. It's a long effort. It's a community effort. But we've got to start creating these agendas in the community that are going to get these kids on political mindset. Start grooming them to be in the politics.
Well,
We got to make it cool. What we got to go throw rap in there, or whatever we got to do. A lot of the entertainers on some of these. A lot of entertainers got involved with political these last 8 years that Obama was in office. You saw the entertainment community get
yeah.
engaged.
In his blood.
So
Why do you
it's
say that? Let me ask him real quick because it's like this thing with teenagers and whatever. Yeezy for president.
Who is Yeezy?
Yeezy, he's so old.
I mean,
Who's
Kanye.
I don't even know who you.
Man.
Oh, okay.
Kanye.
I know, but I just want to know
Got his
why
own
did they
shoe
say
called
that? Come here, Zion.
Because they just.
I really want to know why y'all.
There's
think
no.
that,
There's
though.
no
Based on-
nothing to that.
What does he have? What does he have?
I'm
What does he
curious.
have?
Yes.
Yeah.
Kanye got the vision.
What is the vision?
What's the vision?
The vision is that the world can be saved through creativity.
Okay, that you're not buying us.
That
You
one.
gonna have to sell us a little harder.
Yeah.
I mean, it don't matter because think about it. In 4 years, most of his fans is going to be 18.
And
And I'm already a fan, right?
So you gonna vote for Kanye?
I agree with that mindset.
Think
I think
about
you got to think about those voters that are 14 now. That's going
Who
to
are
be
they
voting.
looking at?
they
But
all
not
voted for
Kanye.
Kanye. They're voting,
I get that.
But
I
the-
understand that.
But,
But
but
for
Trump
him.
has changed the mold of the presidency with his platform because he was a public figure, and he got because people knew Trump, they knew the name.
Can y'all imagine that we living in a world like
I would
Kanye?
Well, Kanye is even
I would tell
considered.
you
Kanye is
there
going
was
to be president.
I'm still trying to
when
fathom
Tupac
this.
got killed, the interview that he did with Vibe magazine, when he started talking about politics and young minds voting for who
I remember that
rappers
interview.
endorse and things like that. I mean, he was dead within 3 months. He was dead within 3 months after he started talking politics and talking about the black vote and what we're capable of. He was saying we could take over California. You got to understand how many people are in Los Angeles. If I get out here and say we need to elect this for the particular government in California, that guy is going to win.
Look
You
what
start
Jay Z
talking
did.
like that.
Look what Jay Z and all the entertainment powers did for Barack Obama. They rallied. I mean, because they got fans from all faces. You think about that.
Yeah.
Jay Z had fans that look like everybody, the whole world. Beyonce, Jay Z, they are the
They showed up.
Oprah.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
they say something, whether it's on music, whoever they support,
People gonna follow.
regardless, the 18-year-olds.
Beyonce voting for.
So you
I
gotta-
think
you
I
gotta
think
look at
Kanye
those.
needs to be that.
I'm still- but
I don't think he
I'm
needs to.
still-
He should really think smart and say,
to endorse somebody, but
let's
not me.
hey y'all, this is who we're endorsing
Well, I'm
because he
not-
ain't qualified. He's
He's
mentally.
wanted Trump.
Well, he's
Kanye wanted
qualified
Trump.
because
Y'all forgot that?
Trump is qualified.
Kanye wanted Trump.
No, I'm still trying to figure out how
But, no, they were.
well,
No, he didn't. He
can
said
even
that,
be
B.
considered. I'm still stuck right there.
Well, how the hell can Trump
Wait.
be considered?
Hold on. The reason, okay, if creativity can save the world, what that means is a focus on education. So what Kanye is gonna do is he's talking about bringing a new age focus on education, because how are you teaching a class that was created before the age of the internet? Everything education has to shift because of the internet. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so much knowledge out here, you have to teach people how to use the internet.
He just needs to use that and say this is who we're voting for.
supporting.
I'm gonna have to watch a video.
I agree.
He needs to say, hey, this
is who
person
we're
right
getting
here,
behind.
this politician is he's down with us. Let's support
I
him.
don't trust Kanye to get behind the best candidate.
I do.
I don't.
Now I do trust him to get behind it.
Trump.
Exactly.
I'm telling y'all, he got behind
He got
Trump.
behind Trump after Trump won.
No, he didn't.
He was on the campaign
endorsed
trail.
Trump.
Yes.
He
I
endorsed
can't
Trump.
trust Kanye.
Okay.
I trust Kanye
Shit,
to
I
put
ain't
out
hear
a good
that.
album.
Nah, he
Yes.
definitely ain't getting my
I
vote.
trust Kanye
Well, he
to
won't
put out
get
some
my vote
nice
nowhere.
shoes. This right. I want Kanye to stay in Kanye's lane.
I want
tell you
old
what.
Kanye.
Kanye doesn't. The thing
want
about
old
Kanye is he
Kanye.
don't got a lane.
That- I
Stay
tell
in
you-
the
With a political
studio.
lane,
I'll tell you what we need. What we don't need
to.
to do is, we don't need to underestimate the power of these artists that are coming out today, because,
I
and
get
especially
that.
when it comes to,
We're
because
not.
they could run.
We're not.
And if you got him running versus Trump, if you got a Kanye West, let's just say hypothetically,
Man, I swear I'd move if it came down to
But
Kanye
he might
and
hire
Trump.
smart people around him.
Is he
Swear to God, I put it
Who do
in
you
blood.
vote for?
I would move lead this country.
Who do you vote for if you have that situation?
Shit, I would be a Lotus.
Who do
I
you
ain't
vote
voting for nobody.
America is an entertainment society. That's why
We
Trump
done
is
made
now
that
the
short
president. Because America is an
Right.
entertainment
But
society.
here's the deal
America's a
though. This
reality
is
show.
the point we're missing. It's not like Trump was elected and then we were like surprised that he's doing so well, and it's not like he got elected and America said, well, damn, we took a chance and damn, we did a good thing.
Right.
No, they realized
We
this
gambled
fool
and put
don't
a
know
fool in
nothing about
office.
that, and his approval rating plummeted.
history of the country.
I think that's the difference.
Is still alive.
That's the difference. And I think it won't happen again because we see that. No, we really messed up. We tried it, but no.
But see, that's what we messed up too. We thought that there was no way he could win, and guess what? We relaxed our vote.
We relaxed our
Yeah,
vote.
right.
And
I'm
so the
with
same
you.
thing could happen. So we could think, oh, America done woke up now. Ain't no way they're gonna vote for him twice, and we could make that mistake. Some of us can make just enough of us can make that same
And
mistake.
had that fool
I don't
in
think
office
so.
I don't think he gonna make it. Do y'all think he gonna get impeached?
He should be.
I tell you what,
He's violated everything you could violate.
He's got, if his party, the only party, he has the Republican Party pretty much behind him. They don't want to give up their power. They don't want to see him in there, but at the same time,
They won't lose
They
any
got
power.
all
They
of
won't
Washington.
lose.
So
What are they gonna lose? They'll slide Pence right in there like, hey,
And you better go
Boom.
out and vote, because 47, I think going the 47% that he won, that same 47%, they say 92% of them people
still rolling with him.
They still rolling.
Well, they was fools to
I'd
begin
vote
with.
for
We
them.
already knew that.
We could tell. We saw the
So you
video.
gotta get out and vote.
well,
What did
this
Hillary
time.
call them? The degenerate? What did she call them?
I-
The degenerates? What she call
but
them?
I do think,
Something like that.
but for the most part, I do think, and I encourage us to make sure that we take a strong look at our local candidates that are running on, whether it's on whatever party affiliation they're with. I think we need to really focus in on that and really actually go out and try to at least garner some support for them. And then, when they're running against, especially they're running against, you got this judge versus this judge. You got the far left, right, whatever. You got somebody that look like you running. You need to most definitely at least make it a point to try to get to know that candidate and not just write that candidate off and cancel them out. I think that we do that too much, and that's why we end up with these kind of judges in place where they give out these long sentences, which leads to incarceration.
Yeah.
And because we don't value that, because I looked at the ballot and I swear I saw about 20 uncontested judges,
Yes,
Judges.
I saw that too.
and they were all Republicans, so they
Yeah.
automatically got that office.
Yeah,
That's fine.
you had no,
Because
like,
a
even
lot of
if
us
you
are
didn't
scared
vote
to
for
run on that agenda
Because they know
because
they ain't gonna get the support anyway.
right. So I think that we need to. That's my mindset as far as what we need to do as far as our strategy.
Local elections, focus on local elections.
Local elections are always going to be a big.
Don't come out just every 4 years. What you saying?
Exactly.
We're gonna take a quick break, and we will be right back to keep talking politics. Cause Solar whispered to me, and I don't read lips. You do me like that when
V.
V.
Let's go with V.
Thank you. It's behind he be. I can't read lips. I can barely even see. I can't. Okay, let's go. Come on, give us some music.
You're supposed to tell us me. Who else?
Hey, I text. I was like, no response.
I respect.
Hey. And this is that underground, that basement shit, that basement shit. Yeah, this for my little sister, my mother, first place, and all my brothers, straight up. Oh yeah. Blessings to family. Poverty, let me see honor in those who care for me. The city stuck on my shoulders, I hold it carefully. I do this shit for my soldiers who want the best for me. This is a ghetto melody. Fuck them niggas who slept on me, and fuck them bitches who come and kick it and call me gifted. When I was timid, they acted distant cause I was different. But now you see me growing up and y'all don't wanna miss it. A little ironic, I'm smoking that chronic. Yup, I'm rubbing hypnotic, I'm feeling iconic. Yup. So me and that kid, we gon' get it. Me and Andre, we gon' get it. As long as you stay consistent, as long as you making a difference, as long as you dream, you can wake up and live it. This that new home, back and forth between two homes. Neither one of them yours, but you tell your girl this your new home. Really, she know you're lying, but deep inside you are trying. So when it's your turn to shine, she'll tell you what's yours is mine. Yeah. Really, I'm kidding, no, really, I'm not. Ha 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 ha. Really, I'm stuck, yes, I'm stuck in a box, trying to bite off the lock. I'm eating these beats instead. Wanna feed these streets, really all I need is a piece of bread. But bet, if I'ma change for the better. I love the sunshine, but it can't shine forever. If ever it should rain, we'll get rained on together. Cause you have been a friend to me. You have been a friend. This for the kids from the mill to Chicago. The present is a gift, but the kids are tomorrow. I'm trying to make sense of a world full of sorrow. So promise you'll be there for me. I promise I'll be there for you. If I'ma change for the better. I love the sunshine, but it can't shine forever. If ever it should rain, we'll get rained on together. Cause you have been a friend to me. You have been a friend to me. This for the kids from the mill to Chicago. The present is a gift, but the kids are tomorrow. I'm trying to make sense of a world full of sorrow. So promise you'll be there for me. Now everybody say rags to riches, rags to riches. I know I could get it if I push it to the limit. I say rags to riches, rags to riches. I know I could get it if I push it to the limit. Ay, rags to riches, rags to riches. I know I could get it if I push it to the limit. Ay, rags to riches, rags to riches. I know I could get it if I push it to the limit. Ay, if I'ma change. Hey, y'all remember? And it's alright, I'll never change. And let's bring it back, let it be right. Just let it rain. Good times must rise. And promise you'll be there for me. Sometimes I'll be there for you. This for the kids. You can't be afraid to be yourself. The present is a gift. That's the only way you can ever be real. Trying to make sense of them. So promise. And that's that underground basement shit. That basement shit.
got her butt spanked. I'm for real. Kasia had to save her.
We on. We on.
Y'all heard.
'Cause I'm on.
Y'all heard a little
'Cause
studio
I'm on.
talk.
We on. All right, y'all. So look, we talking politics tonight, and we have Germain Trotter at the table. He borderline obsessed with.
I got a question
Not
for you.
really.
For me?
Mm-hmm.
What?
You had like 6 topics
She
that we
covered-
supposed to discuss, and I'm
She
like,
had 4.
that one is gonna take us the whole show.
But she covered 3. In her defense,
What
she
3?
had 4. She covered 3.
What 3 we cover?
Why do black people vote?
That's the only one we're
Democratic?
talking about.
No, and we also discussed what would that platform look like. And
When?
That's what we've been talking about.
What platform?
If we did an
if we
independent
did an
party.
independent party, she.
There's a brief discussion.
Yeah, what would it look like? Because I missed that.
Well, you named it. You named
Well, I'm saying it
some.
would be we talked about the minorities, pretty much all the minorities, which would include Hispanic, Asian,
Yeah.
Black, then LGBT.
And you
Gotcha.
said
Okay.
economics would be
Gotcha.
at the top, and then education, and you named some.
Got you. All
The only
right.
thing that we didn't, the only thing that I missed was
We got a lot of other diverse groups.
Did
integration. But that's really like a whole subject by itself,
It is.
though, for real. I was just trying to get people
Make
going.
sure.
But is it more viable for us to create our own party or
No.
make the current parties recognize
Hold them
how
accountable.
that is,
That-
hold them
I
accountable
agree with
for
that.
our vote? I think that's.
I would be like, Democrats, check this out. This is what we need
We're
to
gonna
do.
need. Here's our list of
We need
demands.
this right here.
Yeah.
If not, we just gonna sit out and watch y'all. Because I always knew, like, even if Trump won, I was like, okay, we still gonna be fine
Yeah.
either way.
Cause ain't nothing really gonna change.
Ain't nothing
We gonna be
Look,
fine.
we still
Right,
were
that's-
poor before. We still gonna
Right.
be
Nothing
poor
But you know,
as a community.
but you know who it affects? Well, I say who it affects and who it don't affect, but the people who are up in the House and the Senate, and some of them are House, up in there, we got gatekeepers up there at that level too. So that's when Trump got that. That's who it's important to as far as those people when it affects them more so than us. Because like I said, we probably hit the bottom of the barrel, but we get affected by the local elections.
I
Right.
think that the people that are gonna be hurt the most by him are those poor
The ones who voted
folks
for him.
because they really are the
The ones who voted for
ones.
him.
Like, this is not new to us,
Sure.
but for them, they really thought they had a hero.
Yeah.
Well, and that was to me. I couldn't get that psychologically of what they were thinking because you got
Well,
a
you gotta
rich,
consider who
you
he
gotta-
was campaigning to. Too.
Right.
They ain't the sharpest.
and that's what I said. I think Trump really legitimately went out there and ran a campaign. He knew who to go target.
Full of
He knew how
lies.
to rile
People
them
that
up.
wasn't nobody else paying attention
He's
to.
an entertainer. He entertained them. He entertained their thoughts. Told them what they wanted to hear. Pretty much how we do with women. You know.
You coming back for another conversation.
I'm just saying.
You about to
I'm gonna
start-
put me in that equation.
Oh.
But no, I'm just saying. But you know, he massaged them.
Could you please not let me forget that, please?
I'm
massaged him.
not. You about to start something.
I just said that just kind of sparked something.
Yeah, you did.
But you know, pretty much that's what he did. He went in there,
That's
he
what he did.
massaged them, he pimped them. You know, and that's pretty much to get in office.
I 1,000,000% know in my heart that he didn't think he was gonna win.
He didn't try.
He don't want it now.
It was a whole joke.
It's harder than what I thought it was.
That's why he said if I don't win, then the election was rigged.
Yeah.
He said that like right before they even started voting.
Well,
So he
but,
didn't
you
think
know,
he was gonna win.
And even then, I think he's trying to do things to get impeached. I think he's.
I agree.
You think he's trying to get impeached?
I think he's trying to.
Lotus, that man does not. Think
don't
about
care.
this. He's probably worn out
and
already.
he's exhausted.
And
He ain't never
bro,
been that
it ain't even been good 3 months yet.
He used to be
4
able to
months.
go and do whatever it is he wanted to do.
I would
in
never be
life.
on a golf course. He's been on a golf course
Yeah.
damn 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Okay, in 1998, to talk about what we're talking about, this is a quote from Trump that was in People magazine. If I were to run, I'd run as a Republican. They're the dumbest group of voters in the country. They believe anything on Fox News. I could lie and they'd still eat it up. I bet my numbers would be terrific.
And he did it.
Real quote?
Yes, that's been out there.
I've never heard that.
That's been out there since for years.
He said
It didn't matter. It came out before they voted.
Oh, that was out.
They still
People
voted
talking
for
about
it.
that way before.
God,
It came out-
I've never
they still-
heard that before.
That's
They still
been
voted for
on.
him.
You don't watch TV. That's why, because it was on every
No.
network.
Wow. Never heard that
That
before.
is
But that's
Crazy.
why I said America's that ignorant to where somebody like me couldn't win, because you gotta hit a certain like.
You gotta be.
A
You gotta
certain
appeal
level
to
of
the
ignorance.
ignorant.
You gotta appeal to the ignorant, and I can't do that.
That's why America is not big on education.
They don't want us to be smart.
No.
Well, look who he elected as education, Department of Education.
Oh my God.
Who?
Secretary of Education.
Who?
DeVos. Betsy DeVos. So she's not.
Knows nothing about it.
So my
Public
thing,
education at all.
my thing is, he at the helm of it. He's. What is he? What else do we expect of him? You know what I mean? We knew he wasn't qualified. He knew he wasn't qualified, but he thought he was gonna be able to run it like a business.
I
So
think
that's
you
what he's
should
gonna do right
run,
now.
and we're gonna
But he
support
wasn't a good
you.
businessman. Trump's not a great businessman.
Can't win, make too much
So many
sense.
times it's ridiculous.
Yeah, he was gonna run America like
Make
a
too
business.
much
Hey,
He just said it.
he wait. The first time he filed bankruptcy, how much was it? It was like damn near $1 billion, wasn't it?
I don't
Which one?
remember,
Oh, you mean
The
the
first one, the first time.
This
He
I
did-
mean,
he
that's
did-
why I don't
He
understand
did
it.
everything wrong.
Look, this
he
is,
did
this is
everything
what
you could
confuses
do
me.
to not win.
He's filed bankruptcy several times. He's been married 3 times. He has
A wife who's a stripper.
a wife. Yes.
She not a
How?
stripper. She's a
Yes.
model.
First lady used to be a stripper.
But naked model.
Yes.
She just posed
Well, no, I
naked in a
understand
few magazines. That doesn't make her a stripper.
Right.
I make her a stripper.
She did pose.
She stripped off the clothes to pose.
Oh, we got the pictures to prove it.
Let's
Right.
define stripper.
Well, you know,
One who sheds clothing
Right.
for money.
I say this right. I mean, my deal is, this is what I really, because I'm so emphatic with this. I'm just.
I know you want us to calm down. It's
No.
getting serious.
But I really think that we need to start setting an agenda, though. I think we need a plan. We talk about it a lot.
We need a local plan, man.
Mm-hmm. We need to get our young people involved with politics. We need to get them out there to the polls. We need to motivate them,
I
energize
That's
them.
absolutely right.
And because they're going to be the future, but we need to get them energized and start as early as 12 years old.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We need to start
Having an
putting that in their
interest,
head. Yeah.
getting back into debates, clubs, and
Yeah.
interested in the politics and.
I mean, we need to take them. We need to take them back downtown. I mean, we have to take them to political elections and rallies,
debates and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
we got to get them. We got to draw interest. We got to start.
White
drawing
people
agree.
get their kids
I
involved
agree
at
in
3 and 4
everything.
years old.
They talk
They
it.
put
They
them
talk
in-
about it at the house. They
Football.
watch it on TV. Yeah.
The laws, we're not making no, we're not in position to change laws. These social injustices that occur, it's because we don't have
It's
enough.
nothing that's going to change.
Right.
Local.
Right.
At the local level.
It's nothing going
Even
to
at the
change.
top level, it trickles all the way to the top because we don't have anybody. It starts at the local level, but it trickles all the way up top to the Supreme Court. You know, who can actually put certain regulations in place as far as these laws, these federal laws that make it against the law of the land to do these type of things. The Attorney General, for instance, you know what I mean? Like I said, the president is limited, but you have.
But when he put everybody,
want you to do.
but when he put everybody in place,
Unless you Trump, you ain't Trump said he
gonna
you're
He-
fired. Ain't that how he did his show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trump is running like mob boss, like mob.
Right.
I'm telling you, he whacking everybody inside.
He
Right.
Jimmy from.
You know what
He Jimmy from.
Hey,
what I tell
yeah, whacking.
For what? Breaking Bad.
No, what's
Nah, from Goodfellas.
Goodfellas. He
Good
Jimmy
fel-
from
oh,
Goodfellas.
yeah.
He whacking everybody.
He whacking everybody.
And
Get
there's
rid
been
of him.
6 bankruptcies.
Uh-huh.
First one's for 1.8 billion in debt.
That's what I. Yeah.
Six bankruptcies.
That's crazy.
And we
So
elected
this
him.
is our president.
Yes.
6 bankruptcies.
Leader of the free world.
The leader of the free
But
world.
like I
Release the
said,
tax returns.
He was a genius how he ran it. And I say this right here too. I said that's what I took from everybody. Everybody like, oh, you like Trump? No, I said this right here. I said I'm gonna take anything good from this election is the mindset that a man woke up one morning and said,
I'm running for
I'm
president.
gonna run for president. He got pissed off at Obama
Pissed off at Obama.
He's obsessed with Obama.
when he ridiculed him at the
The
correspondence
news.
dinner.
Yeah, the correspondence dinner.
And he said, you know what? In his head, he was like, "That's all right. I'm gonna show them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run for president." I mean, that's how I would think. If somebody did me like that, I would think. I'm that type of person would think like that too. You know what? I'm gonna show them. I'm gonna one up them. I'm gonna go out and run, and I'm gonna win.
But he looks so ignorant to me.
He ran on a winning agenda. He willed himself to win. He said, "We're gonna win. We're gonna win."
It
big."
was the law of attraction.
Wait, and so now he's trying to get
And
himself.
nobody believed it. He had everybody, even his own party was against him. Even when his own party was against him. But he spoke that.
He spoke it into existence, didn't he? Oh my God.
As I said, I said, I don't like nothing that
This
Trump. I
is
don't like his
real.
rhetoric. I don't like his the vision, his behavior as far as how he was, but I gotta respect the fact that he willed himself to that when he said we're gonna
That
win,
is hilarious.
and we're gonna win big, and he said that over and over and over and over and over. He had a platform. We're gonna make America great again. Hillary had what? I'm with her.
I don't even know what her slogan was.
Didn't have one.
Me either.
So there was no agenda. So she had no political
She had a
strategy.
slogan. What was her
She
slogan?
gotta have had a. She
No,
has
she
to have had
didn't.
a.
What'd you say?
Bernie
Bob?
Sanders did. Feel the burn.
NBA playoffs.
Feel the burn.
To win.
That was Bernie's
If you're not a
slogan.
good
Feel the
president,
burn.
He won.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
He's not a good president, but I'm saying
It don't matter. He got in
I
there.
can't respect it if it don't. It matters, Mom.
He's in there. No, we're talking about.
I'm with
America
nephew.
Is a popularity contest.
I'm with nephew.
So that was a popularity contest, and
I'm with
he
nephew,
just turned
man.
out to be the most popular because he had viewership from his show.
Uh,
I mean, he
That's
his
crazy.
name dropped in a few.
I mean, but
songs.
are we forgetting the fact that he didn't win the popular vote?
Check this out,
but
though.
what is that?
Oh,
What
her
is the popular vote? Then the
No, I mean I'm saying when you just peel back the layers,
yeah.
But that's just
more people didn't vote for him.
It don't
So it
matter.
ain't like
He in there,
so
though.
it's not like
it's
it's not like he won the election like he had the most people by a
And see,
landslide.
I
He didn't
think
even
that's
have the
why
most.
people don't vote. Is because they don't really totally understand.
Like,
the voting system.
If
the
she had more
electoral
votes,
versus
why
the
is she not the
popular.
president?
Exactly.
Her slogan
Well,
was
'cause they feel like,
the
well,
same thing happened to Al Gore
Right.
in the George Bush election.
Right.
It should have been.
Oh, they
changed.
just robbed. They just flat out saying, "Look, we're gonna take it from you."
But look, her slogan was "Stronger Together."
don't nobody even remember that.
I know.
No.
That don't ring a bell.
But you know what though? I
She
think-
didn't have enough. I mean, I'm telling you right now. This is how.
They took some states for granted and it bit them in the butt.
Yep.
But
She
we
didn't
were
work.
talking about how we get
Assault.
black people back involved,
right.
and so I really wanted to go back a little bit to that to get your take on a couple of things because I look at it and I'm trying to see where are our black strong leaders at right now who we would get behind as far as directing us or helping us identify good candidates.
Right.
Yeezy.
Where are they at?
Well,
we used to have the Martins, the
That's how you
Malcolms,
know it's getting close to 10.
We don't. You know what? I think what's happening is, and as crazy as it's gonna sound, I think that this whole new era that we're experiencing right now, a lot of them are gonna start coming out because of the movements. Some of them.
So you think people are going to start to surface?
I'm not saying that they're gonna necessarily become political leaders, but we are getting the social leaders and the community leaders to start.
That's all I'm concerned about. Community leaders. I could care less about what. I mean, it'll trickle up eventually.
If we really
Right,
get
and
involved.
this new young generation, I'm really motivated by this new young generation because it's diverse.
What's young to you?
To me, anything is
15 and up.
15 and up. Yeah, 15 all the way up. To
Why are you
55.
intrigued with them? Because what?
Because they are. I mean, right now they have an energy. Now we in a different era, so we got a few over here that's kind of. But for the most part though, with these social things that have occurred here lately, they are involved.
They
I
are
agree.
involved.
They push
and
boundaries.
they're energetic, and,
I like that.
and it's a diverse group. So I'm very,
And that's good,
I'm
too.
very encouraged by this new generation that we have black, white, Hispanic on all levels. But I do feel that we have to start creating and molding our own faces on our part. We got to do our part as well in our communities to bring up
To
some
groom
of these,
them.
right? To
I
groom
agree.
them and start creating them. We have to create these individuals. Because right now they probably coming from households that are not
Right.
set up to do so. We got a lot of low income. How many stories do we hear where a lot of these kids coming from the bottom? Now we have to start navigating
Start at the bottom,
those.
now we're here.
Yeah, we got to start. We have to play a part. Like people like Daryl, yourself, all us sitting at this table. All of us are very intelligent individuals
Well, most
who
of us
are
at the table.
engaged. Now who are
See, okay, so that means
Y'all
that
guess
it's
what I'm
getting-
about.
it's
Okay,
getting
no,
closer
go
to
ahead, go
the
ahead. I'm
conscious,
sorry.
conscious
Okay,
and
go ahead.
intelligence. That's what breeds.
I'm just
it.
being silly.
We got to breed them. Pretty much from on a whole nother
Take
level.
that cup from her.
So,
Just loud.
So, and I think that's what we do. I think we start locally in our communities, and we start actually. We have to know what they want. We have to know what they into, and get
And appeal
involved.
to that.
Right.
And
then-
groom them and teach them and prepare them.
That's how you do it.
Does it
That's how they do it.
does it make sense for me to think Like I'm thinking locally,
Mm-hmm.
community, and I ain't even thinking no higher than that.
Right. No, because you know what? To me, it's like foundation. You know how the Egyptians to get the pyramid.
To build
Yeah.
your solid
You
foundation.
have to build your the community. The local is the foundation. That's the platform. Pretty much that's the base. That's your base. That's where you can reach out and you build your most effective. You only control. Somebody told me only control what you can control. Only
Yeah.
worried about the
Make it
base
make
that you can
sense, G.
control. So that's what we gotta do. If I can reach out and touch him, then grab him, grab her. You know, hey, let me tell you, get in the air of those that we can actually
Right.
Actually
make a
have an
difference on.
impact in.
Mhm.
Yep.
I was just gonna say, and that makes complete sense because when you get to president, you're talking 60 million votes. Yours don't count as much, but in local elections, when you talk 850 votes,
But also, when we get that solid, then it's like the pyramid, and we like you said, that foundation is straight, and then we get more involved on each level.
Right.
Then we can actually
And
implement change.
yeah, the base, you create the base and you see what happens at the top. You build that pyramid till you get to the top. And then that's when you create. That's what happened with Obama. You know, he created a base, he created it was a movement, you know, and it was a movement of all faces, you know, just not our faces. It's not going to happen with
Yeah,
just
it
our
was
faces.
everybody.
It's not-
He appealed to anything that was not white male.
Right.
Literally, he appealed to anything, whether is the Latinos, the white women, the gay agenda, black folks, anything that was not white male rallied behind.
But see,
him.
what happened was he lost. We took his power away by not voting in our local elections. So therefore,
That's true.
he was not able to get a lot of things done.
2
And so
years
therefore, yeah. So
And why he's losing his
because we got
legacy
relaxed.
because
Well,
we
he's
don't
not
have
gonna-
the people in place
Yeah.
to make sure that some of the things that he fought for,
Right.
they can't just overturn it and get rid of it.
Yeah. And his legacy is still gonna stand regardless of what, no matter what they try to take.
Yeah, but that's different though. Like the fact that Obamacare,
Which they labeled that. Yeah.
exactly.
The Affordable
But
Care Act.
yes, the Affordable
But I
Care
take that-
Act. The fact that it's in jeopardy now.
Hmm.
So the truth of the matter is that if it does not survive in another 10 years, 20 years, people ain't gonna talk about that.
Well, if it don't survive, there may be almost a blessing in disguise because it may create all those people who they might lose all those votes. The people that it affects.
I agree.
So then you'll lose a lot of offices. They're going to lose a lot of offices.
Right.
And it's going to be a flip flop of what happened in 2012 or 2010 when they lost the House and lost the Senate because all those constituents are going. Like I said, you got a lot of people that are upset they're going to lose health care. So that could actually turn tables on those figures that are in there making those decisions. But anyway, I'm with Darryl. I'm not just concerned but I want to concentrate on I think we need to concentrate on the local level. You know, that's where the most concentration needs to take place. And I think that we need to actually have people run for office just to show that you can run for office. Like in Fort Worth, this last election, Chris Nettles ran for mayor. And
Yep, I know Chris.
Yeah, he ran for mayor. And
That's the guy from remember the show Before Hours?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think that was his brother or something.
yeah, he ran, but you
Aaron?
know, but you got to be bold
No,
enough.
other one.
Oh.
You got to be bold enough to run because you can't not go
I
in
thought
there
about running.
Yeah.
But then I
You're
thought
running
about
for office.
yeah, in DeSoto.
Wow.
I think
For
But
what?
Huh?
For what?
Anything. Whatever's open.
yeah.
Whatever's open.
No,
And I think I can win.
You could win.
I really think I can win,
You
but
could win.
I just know people gonna be start sending they texts. I done sent them and pictures, screenshots. Look what
Well,
they
you know
sent
what?
me, girl.
Actually, they don't have it. They don't have it until you get to
Too high, huh? That's why I say I ain't
Don't get
concerned about
too
more
high.
than
Yeah, don't try to get-
community.
That
Don't
is
gotta get
hilarious.
down your reach. Don't try to get out of line.
There you go.
But that's what happened. Yeah, the higher up you go.
I told you that's why, because he was like, "No, that you need." I was like, "Absolutely not."
Yeah, you know.
Everybody gonna be
But
digging up my
if I was
secrets.
run for house,
But I'm gonna say here are all my skeletons right here. Now what? Now what you got?
That's what Trump did. I mean, it didn't make a difference with Trump. You know what I mean? That's why I
a black
said
man can't get away with
I
that.
know.
Right.
I'll run these 3 campaigns.
But you never
I'll
know.
run Fort Worth, Mesquite, and DeSoto. I'll do that.
See,
I'll get
yeah.
behind that.
I think, but like I said, air it all out. before you get in the office, just say, hey, yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all this is what I did in 19.
I think people will appreciate that. First thing I say is, look, y'all know me. Y'all know people who know me. You know what I got going on, but it ain't about that.
Right.
It's
We're
about
trying to
this.
make some changes.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. It is 10:02. But I can't. I ain't apologizing because I'd be lying if I said that. But it's time for us to wrap it up. It's been a good conversation. You gonna come back?
I will. I enjoyed it.
Really?
Most definitely. Yeah.
I think
This
we
a
need
different
a-
level for me.
What
It's
that
a different
mean?
level, man. I'm just saying.
We too small-minded for you.
No, because I've transitioned. That's what I say. I'm not the same person I was 10 years ago,
okay.
5 years ago. So you
Okay.
transition.
You're evolving.
Evolving.
Okay.
It's always good to evolve and share.
Okay.
So
Well, we're gonna have to have you
share the
come back because
experience.
it's a big topic that needs to be talked about on a regular.
Oh yeah, it needs to be continued.
We kind of need a political show on High Vibe. What you think, V?
I think that would be a good idea.
I think
I think you got two. I think
we
you
need a
got
host
4 strong
for that
willed
show.
No.
individuals here that are politically conscious.
No.
To do what?
And you got even a young brother over here
To
that
do
can
what?
to host. To bring that political forum to.
No, I don't know enough about
We got our hands
politics.
full with.
Sorry.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we get ready to wrap it up. So we're just gonna give our final thoughts. Very brief. What are your final thoughts? That's like in 10 seconds.
10
seconds.
10 words.
10 words. Okay. Let's try that. See how far that goes.
In 10 words.
Everybody just gonna get their little final thoughts and we're gonna wrap it up. So tell us what you think about the night.
I think the tonight was very encouraging, motivating, and actually positive.
Okay.
And I think it's something like, in the words I always say, think, build, and grow.
Okay.
Those are my 3 key things that I always live by every day. Think, build, and grow. And that's what I want to leave with everybody. Think what you want to do. Go out and do it. And then expand.
That's good. I like that. What you got, B?
I think the state of American politics are in the trash, and we really need someone to help us as black people from a political standpoint. And as with most situations, I think the only person out there that can handle it is a black woman. So, Michelle Obama, please save us.
Ooh, she should.
No.
Nah.
I don't think
No.
she will.
Nah, she gonna win.
Even if
No.
even if she didn't, whoever she got.
Why would people say that? Why would she be a good president? Because she's nice and sweet.
No, she
Because
ain't nice and
she's-
sweet.
I mean,
she nice, but
she why would she make a good president?
Because President Obama could be vice president.
No, I don't know about that one, but I she's one of those people that I would actually trust.
Yeah.
I would trust
Yeah.
Michelle
But-
Obama to do what's best in the interest
For the
of-
country.
for the country, for the community. I would trust Michelle Obama.
But the country is not ready for a woman president.
Do you trust her to know?
And definitely not no black female president.
yeah, they wasn't ready for
I
a
don't
white
They
think-
wouldn't be ready for a white one.
Hey,
She probably could win against Hillary.
in 2006, when they
No,
told me
you
if
see
you
the
told
real
me
America stand up
Obama was
again.
gonna win, I ain't no way that's gonna happen. That brother ain't
What?
gonna win. In 2006, if you would have told me Obama was gonna win, I would have told you.
I don't
ain't no way that's
know.
gonna happen.
You know what? When
After
I
I
heard
heard
him
that
speak,
speech-
when I heard him speak, I said he got
That was it.
No,
I said he got what it
I
takes.
watched him
Yes.
in that speech, and I said, "Please don't let him run. They gonna shoot that brother."
I did. When I heard that speech, I was like, that's gonna be the first black president right there.
I said the same thing. I said,
Yep.
oh, he can do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
He got what it takes. He knows how to play the game.
Well, he had the makeup.
She is a good speaker too.
She's a very good speaker.
Yeah, that when they go low, we
But it's
She's
gonna-
very intelligent.
It's gonna bring out.
Yeah.
It's gonna bring out it's gonna bring out a whole bunch of other. But at the end of the day, I don't think that they are. Like you said, they weren't ready for a white woman president. They damn sure ain't gonna be ready for.
Right.
Rural
Black
America
female.
wasn't ready for Obama. Rural America not going to be ready for Michelle Obama. But when you talk about minorities, LGBT, there's still a coalition of people that I think that she could get the vote.
I don't think she would get enough votes. I just don't think that. I think she would. She's.
I don't think
intelligent.
she'll make a good president. Now,
Why?
how about that?
'Cause what?
Why would she? Because she black and she
Well,
cool.
why
No.
wouldn't she? Why wouldn't
Because it's more to that White House that she's probably seen. It's more to that
She
White
don't
House
want
than
it.
just being straight and narrow and the good guy and the good country.
So she
that
too
White
good.
House is that president is.
She got to be cutthroat.
Yeah,
She
she
ain't
need
in
to
that.
be something else.
Well, you
you
got to
gotta-
be a
you gotta be able to push the
negotiator.
button.
You got to
You gotta be
remember,
a mafia.
she's
gotta be able to-
also a Harvard Law student, so I think she's a lot more qualified than the guy we got in there now.
Shit,
I agree with
everybody is.
I am.
My
Don't disagree.
nephew, who is
Should be an
12.
upgrade. Should be an upgrade.
Nephew that's 12.
Kanye
Right.
is better than what we got.
You don't have a nephew.
Yes, I do. Okay, Solar, what's your final thoughts?
And listening to the show, I was thinking about. I agree with what you said about starting locally, but I kind of think that a lot of the presidential stuff, those changes don't really affect like the average black person in that way. So the only thing I can think about is the book called The Carthaginian Honor Society.
Ooh-wee, that's a real book right there.
Y'all need to go find that book. I can't
It's hard
find
to
it.
get it.
It is. I don't know where it is, but read that book. It's for real. The truth. That's all I can think about.
I don't think the average black person is political.
All right.
So let's just focus on our surroundings, our neighborhoods, and let's get those back on track, because that just, to me, it's important that we vote, but that's just not us. We're a different kind of people. We're not a politically savvy. We should be. We should be better, but that's not us. We're a different kind of people. So I'm like, let's focus on the community, and let's just get us the necessities to live and to get
that's
educated
local, though.
first.
That's local.
That's
So you
local.
talk about local
That's
elections,
local
yeah.
politics. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, people can see that. They can see John Wiley
Tangible
Price, and
stuff.
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
They
Where I
can see
can
that.
talk to you and
Right.
come make
You
an
know
appointment.
what we don't have in this area. So I think we need to focus way more on that, and then it can't help but to, filter up.
I agree.
So my final thoughts are, we definitely have to make some noise. We have to place ourselves in position to win, and we cannot win if we don't control anything. If we're not in power seats and we're not in power positions, we can forget it.
Right.
We're going to keep complaining. We're going to keep whining.
Right.
We're going to keep being mad. But if we don't get out there and get involved on a local level, ain't nothing. We're going to be complaining and mad again next year and the year after
Right.
that and a decade after that and 20 after that.
Right.
So, with all of that being said, we got to get in the game. And we can't get in the game until we see the importance. And then we have to start, I agree with you, we have to start grooming at a young age, informing who we want. Just like people do with their businesses.
Right.
They train their, what's the right word? Successor?
Yeah, they train their replacements or whoever they're trying to grow.
At a young age. And so they follow them, they shadow them, and you got somebody that they got mentors, and that sometimes, okay, just like this. Aaron Rodgers sat under Brett Favre for some years. Yes, I'm talking football. That got his attention. He was on his phone until I started talking football. Then he put his phone down. He couldn't believe
Hold
it.
on, ain't that a sports rehab show?
But listen, this is what I'm trying to say,
Okay,
though.
okay, I'm just saying.
But look at the power. But look at the power. I'm gonna bring it all in. I got a little bit,
All right, go ahead.
the strategy. But look at the power in that. Like Aaron Rodgers was a beast.
Sure.
But he didn't get to play because he was watching the best.
Right.
So when we want to put somebody in position, we need to invest the time in them to train them. And I feel like ain't nobody paying attention
I
to
am.
me. Y'all got some little stuff going
She
on right
tapping on me,
here.
and I'm like, why you tapping me? I'm watching Lotus. Don't tap me. Go ahead,
I was
Lotus.
listening. Aaron Rodgers.
Was you paying? You
Yeah.
was only paying attention because I started talking football because you was on your phone.
I'm trying to.
No, and I know he watching basketball on his phone. He
No, I'm
watching
not.
the boys. Your team.
Houston and the Spurs.
So anyway, I do think that it is time for us to get angry enough and frustrated enough to get in the game, because we can be pissed off all day long, but if we don't do anything about it, it's just talk. And I'm not one. I hate when people just sit up and complain and do not implement change. I don't even want to talk about it. If you ain't ready to make no moves,
Right.
don't even come and have no conversation with me until you're ready to make some moves.
Right.
So I do think so. We will be, High Vibe will be supporting the campaign for Fort Worth, Mesquite,
Yes.
Crowley,
No.
So we got to endorse. So we got
and
to.
DeSoto.
So we got to endorse.
Instead of-
We
We just got
We
endorsed.
divorced and all of that. We got a little young Arlington over here now. He'll probably be on the West Coast somewhere.
Oh, yeah. But no, it's good he and you're listening though. But
Yeah.
but also, just last thing I want to say,
sorry.
make sure that we open our minds to voting across the aisle because it's so important because these.
We can't be stuck in just voting Democratic
Not-
just
yeah.
because. So I think what you're telling us is vote person, not party.
Right.
Right?
Right.
All right,
Stay
all
open
right,
minded.
all right. That's good advice.
open-minded.
We'll take that, make it make sense.
Yeah, that's
All right,
good.
y'all. That's our time on the Black of the Berry for tonight. Thank you for hanging with us. We know we went over a little bit, but we're not apologizing because it was a good show. It was important topic. We're going to have Trot come back. You going to come back?
I am. You know, I always enjoy hanging with y'all. Whether
Yeah.
it's a big house.
Whatever. This is the drag right here. This is plenty drag because this dude say he coming all the time and don't show up.
Hey, have this in the VIP next time.
That's what it take. That's what it take.
I'm gonna ask Friday.
That's your final Friday.
Uh-huh.
You come hang out at the VIP with us with High Vibe host
That's right.
Happy Hour
That's
at
right.
Brick House Lounge.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah.
So go on and get your
Get on that show.
Get your show,
All right.
and we gonna hand out some cards to promote your new show.
Look at
All right, y'all. So that's our time on the Black of the Berry. Thanks for hanging out with you. We will see y'all next week. Don't forget about our new shows. We have tomorrow at 7 o'clock. We have Please Be Honest. Hey, the third season of A Man's Point of View is coming real soon. I think we got about 2 weeks, and you're going to start seeing some stuff about that, and we got some stuff planned for that, so that's going to be pretty exciting. Then we have on Saturday, we have Sports Rehab featuring V.
Get up.
And on that's Saturday. Sunday we have the Suave Show, which is they just a crazy crew. So y'all gotta come hang out and see what we got going on here at High Vibe Media Marketing Group. If you want to get in, holla at us. Send us a message on our social media, website, email. Everything is High Vibe Media Marketing Group. Holla at y'all later. Peace.
Peace.
Okay. Peace.